this important gathering of policymakers, regulators, investors, innovators, industry leaders from Ghana, across Africa, and beyond. Your presence here today demonstrates our collective commitment to shaping the future of the downstream petroleum industry and strengthening collaboration in an increasingly dynamic and global energy environment. GIPCON has evolved into one of Africa's most respected platforms for dialogue, collaboration, and thought leadership in the petroleum sector. Participants from more than 25 countries are going to exchange insights on policy, regulatory, development, operational strategies, innovation, technology, and investment opportunities within the downstream industry. Ladies and gentlemen, across the world, the downstream petroleum sector is navigating one of the most transformative periods in its history. Geopolitical uncertainties, changing market dynamics, supply chain disruptions, technology advancements, evolving consumer expectation, global drive towards cleaner energy are shaping how we produce, transport, distribute, and consume energy. For countries like Ghana, this development presents both significant changes and remarkable opportunities. The challenges before us is not simply to adopt, is to build a downstream petroleum industry that is resilient enough to withstand external shocks, innovative enough to embrace emerging technologies, and attractive enough to mobilize investment required for growth. This year's theme, building a resilient downstream, policy, innovation, and investment for growth could not be more timely or relevant. Recent geopolitical tensions make this year's GIPCON more crucial in our drive to fashion out more innovative solutions to attract investment, to create the needed buffers against external shocks in the supply chain, to mitigate the effects of tensions in a sustainable way for our governments and people. Resilience means ensuring reliable fuel supply, strengthening energy security, improving infrastructure, enhancing operational efficiency.
Let the record reflect that the vote that was just taken, we, the minority, are challenging the decision of the Speaker in accordance with Order 1513. If he wants us to take a short suspension before this is done, Mr. Speaker, so be it, we don't have a problem. But let it be on record that we are challenging the no vote which arrested our application. Mr. Speaker, that is all we're saying. We're challenging the yes vote. But if he wants us to take a short suspension, so he organizes his members so that they come in for the head count. That is all he's doing. But he's a majority leader. I can understand. No problem. This is one of the tools he should deploy in circumstances like this that he knows he will lose. It's okay. Mr. Speaker, you may decide on his application.
Honourable members, the House is temporarily suspended.
We are here at the front bench. We know him. Mr. Speaker, we know him. And we are drawing your attention, Mr. Speaker, please. Mr. Speaker, most of the times when he speaks, you don't ask him questions. This is my worry. Please, let us also make the point. I agree with you if you say that upon his application, because he knows his mischief, now he's pretending that he's busy on his phone. You are not pretending to knowing the problem you are causing. But our appeal will be heard. Mr. Speaker, all we are saying is that before responding to his request for suspension, we have a preliminary matter. That is our prayer.
You see, the request is not coming from any ordinary person, but leader is that clause 4 of the bill be deleted. I'll put a question. As many as are in favor, say aye. Aye. As many as are against, say no. No. Honourable members, the noes have it. The clause 4 is ordered to stand part of the bill. We are on clause 5. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I call for a short suspension. Your decision to moderate the House in a manner that would ensure peace. However, my role is to guide. Mr. Speaker, you realize that this is an important constitutional matter that touches on an arm of government, an institution of state, the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, that side, my colleagues to your right, they have decided so far to only allow the Attorney General to respond to the amendment. On my side,
please, please, they cannot decide.
But, Mr. Speaker,
person to allow to speak.
Mr. Speaker, for want of a better word, some of these things, let it slide. All I'm saying is that so far, it is only the learned Attorney General who has gotten up to oppose me. So
yes.
far, we've only had one opposition to my application.
Yes.
Good. And I'm saying that apart from those who have spoken in support of the application or the motion for clause 4 to be deleted, I have the list from my side because we prepared before coming. We prepared. Let me finish, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Let me finish. Then you make your ruling so that we can also take a decision. Because I don't want to have a back and forth.
Very well.
Thank you. For us, because we have a position on this, we prepared our colleague Hassan Tampoli, who is the vice chair of the Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee of the House. We have Honorable Bafo Ewa, who is a senior member at the bar and a member of the Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee. Mr. Speaker, we would want to plead with the chair that they be heard because this is amendment. And at consideration stage, members, Mr. Speaker, members must not be stampeded because if it's all about votes, Mr. Speaker, if it's all about votes, this side will never win a vote. And we are not here to win a vote. We are here to enrich democracy. We must be heard. If we always rush, take a decision. Mr. Speaker, I am pleading with you. I would always assist you and, give you every respect. But please, I have my side. We are just 87. If you don't come to our rescue, who else will come to our rescue? Mr. Speaker, this is a Chobwe law. So please, my respected colleague, the majority leader, a man in whom I'm well pleased. Mr. Speaker, in spite of all the mischief he perpetrates against me, I know he's doing his job. So if he gives me uppercut, I let it go. I can't take it personal. But I know he's a true gentleman who believes in the fidelity of the law, including the Attorney General himself. The many cases he's done at the bar, which cases have been reported. Is it going to be in charge of civil matters or criminal matters? Mr. Speaker, I am asking rhetorically. Respected Leonard, you must listen to me. You have your opportunity to have a bite. This is unfair. Respected Leonard Attorney General, first gentleman at the bar. This approach is wrong. This is wrong. You have your bite.
Honorable
you have
Minority
a
Leader.
bite in the mic.
Honorable
There's
Minority
no point
Leader.
of order. Mr.
Honorable
Speaker, let him
Minority
sit down.
Leader.
It's wrong.
Honorable Attorney General.
And I'm
please,
your senior in this
both
chamber.
of you should resume your seat.
I'm your senior.
Honorable,
I agree, but I'm your senior here. And I'm your senior here.
Both of you should resume your seats.
Introducing chaos. That is what the tribunal will do. What you are doing is what the tribunal will do. They should let us speak.
Both of you resume your seats.
The tribunal system. This is the tribunal system. This is the tribunal
Honorable
system.
Minority Leader, Attorney General, both of you should resume your
Tribunal
seats.
system of justice. Tribunal system of justice. That's what you are practicing. Is it going to be in charge of civil matters or criminal matters? Mr. Speaker, I am asking rhetorically. Respected Leonard, you must listen to me. You have your opportunity to have a bite. This is unfair. Respected Leonard Attorney General, first gentleman at the bar. This approach is wrong. This is wrong. You have your bite. You have a bite in the mic.
Honorable Minority Leader, Honorable Attorney General,
and I'm your senior in this chamber.
Both of you should resume your seats.
I'm your senior.
Honorable,
I agree, but I'm your senior here, and I'm your senior here.
Both of you should resume your seats.
Introducing chaos. That is what the tribunal will do. What you are doing is what the tribunal will do. They should let us speak.
Both of you resume your seats.
The tribunal system. This is the tribunal system. This is the tribunal
Honorable
system.
Minority Leader, Attorney General, both of you should resume your seats.
Tribunal system of justice. Tribunal system of justice. That's what you are practicing.
Woman Association. Why? So allow me to speak. I'm saying that if the GBA, if you are interested in this bill, send your memo.
Do we have to be interested?
Why, shouldn't you be interested? You are making allegations that you were not consulted. Who should write a letter to you?
The judicial.
Who should write a letter to you?
The Judicial Council. Is the Ghana Bar Association not there?
The Ghana Bar. Sorry.
Is it not mentioned there?
If the Ghana Bar Association is mentioned in 92, in 2026, you are not the only lawyer.
Have you checked the Constitution?
I've checked the Constitution. I'm in court. If
you can be in court.
Of course, I can be in court. So I'm telling you that if the GB is interested, send a memo.
You are not being reasonable at all.
Even if there are Ghana Family Life Bill, you sent a memo.
Even if there are 10 societies in the country.
Yes. Woman Association. Why? So allow me to speak. I'm saying that if the GBA, if you are interested in this bill, send your memo.
Do we have to be interested?
Shouldn't you be interested? You are making allegations that you were not consulted. Who should write a letter to you?
The judicial.
Who should write a letter to you?
The Judicial Council. Is the Ghana Bar Association not there?
The Ghana Bar. Sorry.
Is it not mentioned there?
If the Ghana Bar Association is mentioned in 92, in 2026, you are not the only lawyer.
Have you checked the Constitution?
I've checked the Constitution. I'm in court. If
you can be in court.
Of course, I can be in court. So I'm telling you that if the GB is interested, send a memo.
You are not being reasonable at all.
Even if there are Ghana Family Life Bill, you sent a memo.
Even if there are 10 societies in the country,
yes,
then you must consult all of them.
You see, the consultation, should we write a love letter to you? You must do so voluntarily. With all due respect, senior, that you are interested.
I have told you that I have been.
You're open for memos.
I have
yes,
you're open for memos.
I've shown you, senior. I've shown you respect. I'm saying that if the GBA. And you are not the GBA.
I am a member of the council.
If you may be a member of the GBA council, so this is notice to the GBA that if you are interested, send a memo to Parliament. That is number one. I am serious. I'm telling you. So you cannot be making allegations that you were not consulted. There's no requirement that we should consult you.
Really?
Another person. I've never seen him, but since the days of his bold uprising, if I may so put it, against the former finance minister, I've developed a soft spot for him. What's his name? Apia Kubi. The price he paid for that was the loss of his seat. Look at that. For standing on the correct thing, he should be like the type of politics. Is that commendable? I also want to acknowledge the stance of Chairman Sabonsu, who said that it is not necessary to create more parliamentary seats. But I don't know why a small country like Ghana The number was 100 or so, or up to 270. For what reason and purpose? What is the true benefit to the people from this kind of thing? Another person, I've never seen him, but since the days of his bold uprising, if I may so put it, against the former finance minister, I've developed a soft spot for him. What's his name? Apia Kubi.
Structured in ranks. At a certain age, you can't be a national chairman or a general secretary. Because, Umar, if you have had to go and summon, say, Harun Adrusu for a meeting, and I'm the general secretary, am I going to send him a text message and say, Harun, I want you to report at this place for a meeting? I would have to call him now and call him senior and call him big bro and beg him, then he will refer you, go and speak to another person and come back to me before you can call a meeting. But you need somebody who have the pedigree, the peer ranking to be able to summon a certain meeting at a certain level. So
you don't think you've reached there yet?
No, I don't think that I reached there. And apart from that, I'm a typical operative. And you need some kind of restraint to be a general secretary. And I think that my general secretary has been one of the best we have, apart from what our national chairman, the foundation, he's left as general secretary. My boss have been, you may not like him, he's a cadre, he has that cadre spirit. That's him. But I think he has exercised a lot of patience and tolerance. If I were general secretary, probably I would have suspended a lot of people.
Such as who?
People within government, I would have suspended a lot.
It means you're not happy with some of your
I've
appointees.
had a conversation with him once to have a minister suspended, my general secretary. And so
you're not happy with some of your appointees?
Obviously, no.
What kind of behavior, attitude?
I'm not going to discuss that. And I'm not supposed to be happy with everybody. But I'm saying that you must examine yourself within the context of feasibility when you have an ambition. So it's not just about putting yourself and say, I want to be national chairman. What the MPP did is to just elect just anybody. And that's what they are in it. You need some kind of reflective leadership, some leadership that resonates with everybody. The person who is your national chairman must have a commandeering spirit that rallies everybody. A general secretary must have the firepower so that when you fire, it resonates.
From the way you are sounding, clearly you want Fifi Kwete retained as general secretary.
Why do I want him out? A general secretary who have won your election, you want him out? That is how party loses election. If you begin to chase out your officers who have done everything to make you, you will lose election.
We have been told he intends to go to national chairman. Would you support him?
I do not know. I haven't discussed with him on his ambition, but I think that he's been a very great general secretary. I don't agree with him on everything. He knows that, and I know that. He is not my friend. He's my boss. We don't agree on many things. But I think that he's exercised a lot of restraint as far as managing the party is concerned. And you need that kind of a leader who always look at the last resort, who does not take rashy decisions. He will tolerate, and that's how political parties are run. He will see the imperfections being done, and sometimes he will talk about it, sometimes he will close his eyes about it. But me as an operations person, my eyes are too wide and too open to be close to the seat of general secretary. I'm too young. I'm still bubbling and exuberant, and I need time to go through the experience of life.
So for you, Fifi remains secretary. Is it better? Is your better best as a better bet? I think.
Do you change a winning team?
Which means
remember, press secretary. And the general secretary, Uncle Prin is general secretary. No one yacha ma untu minam sumen konko premidia. Na so man en kwala no say. General secretary man en kwala no say. Omo baba take media. And general secretary behunu say. And ye baby odi party ni kono. Anya sa neti wa meto party ni sa. Wa meto party ni sa. Hey, who person we general secretary now by regional chairman. Now taking decisions for region. Dear Basimni. Now me matima ya regional chairman na take decision for constituency. Ade. anya sa na ye no sa na general secretary person waka miminya obi a meka party ho asem o na say lesson na ye koninti na general secretary say one has ye say woni afoko woni afred say bute woni bute bo be fa so say say wontumi pe national chairman akonti kwa be so ene ye be fa so asay no wontumi Asante Achimfo me pese me busa say Asante Achim Central for omo sore nko ana da bi me busa mo omo sore nko Asante Achim Central for chama untumi maba mo be sore akwa ana afei ade na mubule mu me ade na general secretary ade ntina ubule mu me aya ho ya na say ye de ya aya de ya ayedianya me ko kasa wa radio so but me share party for the American ho asem efri say mo na moto aba me nya bibi e bebu party mra so me obi a bebu party mra the steering committee say ukoye constitution no mu a eye 2025 no article 10:5 no a eye omo na hwe say day to day activities omo be hwe but enye omo asade say omo twa bibi mu say o pese o twa bibi mu yayi a ye wa electoral affairs wo ho say problems wo ho ni ade yayi a per our constitution you push it to the electoral affairs. That is the constitutional mandate, because constitution now ama with the war a year steering committee no there's a higher authority that is a national council. It won't mean more time and sana what the national council ho. It says ubu atani wie ya afa dia wo se ne mrai na me ba what in ka bu atani na wie enti me ba de ba asem na na me beka de ba asem wa utie aye constitution na ye wo no emma ye tumi bebre na so the tumi ya de ma no is limited, and the powers belongs to the polling station back. It is a polling station for no per articles and the to ye. So one more year na your constituency chairman no what to me say obe frɛ sa meeting no so ofrɛ na woni na the polling station for no so omusia na so omuye bibi pa regional chairman me nko amintimi ntwam.
In addition, your Member of Parliament, our hard-working Minister of Foreign Affairs, indeed, I mean, being here, I must tell you that he's among my hardest working ministers. And every credit that I have attained on the international scene, it is he who has done the legwork. The UN resolution on reparations, it was him who did all the traveling to convince the 123 countries to vote for us. The repatriation of our citizens from South Africa who were being chased away and beaten, it was him who did the legwork, arranged the charters to airlift our citizens safely home. And so, Togbu Wogbeji, I wish to commend you very highly. But in addition, for our mothers and others who were dislocated from this place, he has acquired 100 deep freezers to be distributed to you. So 100 deep freezers, you can see some of them on this side, to compensate you for the inconvenience while we go ahead and build this market. And so today's shortcutting
will be passing my mates no say can hide what can I see? Me alone the better day. I love from my brain. Don't look at the key. Now saying money. This time never the I decided to run. No shows
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, so today is the 17th of July. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. My name is Aldo Moore. It's always a pleasure to come here. It's a beautiful Friday morning, isn't it? We're alive and kicking. We're back here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. I want to say big thanks to you, as always, for being a distinguished, loyal, cherished, and we value your audience. We value your time. You wake up in the morning, tuning at 7, you go all the way to 9:55, sometimes all the way to 10:30. We're so deeply grateful and thankful for making time. Let me go straight ahead and look at what the papers are reporting this morning. And I'll start, as always, with the Daily Graphic. It says that a boost for local oil refineries receive 1 million barrels Jubilee crude location. The Cocoa Board settles 162 million cedis cocoa bills arrears. Accra Kumasi Expressway, 11 billion cedis project funds still in BOG account, according to CAGD. Group demands government intervention on Jonah Capital attack. Modernized chieftaincy cases adjudication, according to the Asante Hene. The Ghanaian Times this morning says make job creation central to policy, according to NDPC. Resetting Ghana tour. Volta Star Textiles to bounce back, President assures. 12 killed, over 30 injured in Konongo highway crash. Engage Nigeria over treatment of Jonah Capital. Group urges President Mahama. And as government raises 5 billion cedis to recapitalize Bank of Ghana. Daily Guide, it says Court of Appeal overturns 500,000 cedis damages against Sami Jemfi. Protect Jonah Capital staff in Nigeria, group to Mahama. And there's TikToker jailed over Mahama, 30 cows claim. Parliament serving party interest, according to October. 12 perish in Gori Konongo crash. And the court strikes out AG's request to halt Hanan's UK travel. The Inside says Ghanaians petition ICC over South Africa's xenophobic killings. 24-hour plus program to begin construction of Wipe Solar Project next month. Concerned citizens of Ghana urge government to intervene in Jonah Capital dispute in Nigeria. Citizens petitions Chief Justice to investigate reform practices within Ghana's justice delivery system. Feminist insight on the World Cup, football and gender oppression. And as for Africa to have digital sovereignty, it must control data and AI technology. The Herald is reporting that selective retirement for energy sector chief raises questions as government eyes controversial $700 million oil deal There's also CAGD debunks 11 billion cedis payment on Accra Kumasi Expressway. 3 nominated for Supreme Court as Mahama shops for new Chief Justice. Ghana's MIIF shares mineral wealth management model with Zambian delegation. And there's also Tor gets 1 million barrels of Ghana's Jubilee crude oil. The Ghanaian publisher Sami Jemfi wins 500,000 cedis defamation appeal. There's BOG validates Bawumia's gold reforms according to Oppong Nkrumah. And there's TUC demands withdrawal of tribunal's bail. TikToker jailed 1 year for insulting Mahatma. The News Center says that engineers run road, health, railway infrastructure poor. Gold board pays NACOC 12.6 million cedis for gold bust. Free speech on trial. Kamila Al-Hassan's jail term sparks constitutional rights debate. Ghana now 60% cash light as digital payments surge. TUC calls for withdrawal of tribunal's bail. The custodian says TikToker jailed 1 year for offensive conduct against Mahama. NPP refers over 30 constituencies disputes to Electoral Affairs Committee. And as Bawumia's gold reform stabilized city, BOG confirms in response to Oppong Nkrumah's questions. TUC calls for withdrawal of tribunal's bail. There's GIP, there's GEXIM team up to boost Ghana's export growth agenda. Daily Post. Government has committed over 40 billion cedis to Big Push Road program, says President Mahama. Wager Children's Hospital to be opened for public use soon, according to Yoko. That's with today's Daily Post. Now, you have the Business and Financial Times that says the RUPAC defends temporary raw rubber export ban, dismisses monopoly claims. BOG broadens digital finance oversight. And as BOG marks 50 years of rural banking amid sweeping community bank reforms. West Africa eyes carbon tax to boost revenue, fund climate transition. And there's 100 small defenses while Accra's flowers demand distributed resilience, not another great pond. What if society had a memory for kindness? That's a feature in today's B&FT. And the last, but certainly and definitely not the least, is the Catholic Standard. The Dutch for major redevelopment. And there's Ghana High Commission for major redevelopment. And as Ghana High Commission pledges support to Ghanaians in Ireland facing immigration challenges. And as Parliament passes Tribunal's bill to create special courts for tax, mining and fraud cases. Criticisms never hurt me. Kwesi Sibo opens up on the Black Stars pressure. And there's a Court of Appeal overturns 500,000 cedis defamation judgment against Sami Jemfi in Napo case. All right, so what are the quote cards saying? Let's check that out. All right, so the quote cards are saying that TUSAG to begin immediate strike on July 20 over unpaid allowances. That's a quote from, it's historical from MetroTVOnline.com. And there's also, well, still from MetroTVOnline.com, over the years, Ghana has established itself as one of Africa's most stable and attractive destination for investment in the petroleum sector, according to Godwin Edudzi Tamaklo, who's the Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority. And still with him, he says the future of our downstream industry will not be determined by chance. Still, quotes by Godwin Edudzi Tamaklo, curled from MetroTVOnline.com. And so here, Ghana International Petroleum Conference 2026, Ghana can build a downstream industry that is resilient, globally competitive, and capable of supporting inclusive economic growth for generations to come. Still quoting the NPA CEO. And then, still with MetroTVOnline.com, AG drops bait to revoke ex-NAFCO boss's travel permit. Yep. Okay, I guess that that's it for what are the quotes cards saying. And for that matter, the newspaper and the online portal review. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My guest will be joining us shortly.
Tanumo onunchoni hao wadangma chiechele wekun wani anutumo osole moji yake ubawo nani aya baba shushuishwe. Amen.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, aim to serve a peculiar health need.
Looking for comfort, convenience, and class all in one place? Welcome to Stay Easy Apartments on Conference Center, where modern living meets exceptional service. Whether you're staying for business or leisure, Stay Easy offers you a home away from home. Spacious and well-furnished apartments, pool, gym, and everything you need to relax and feel at ease. Planning a meeting, workshop, or special event? Our event ground and state-of-the-art conference center is designed to host your events and bring your vision to life. From corporate gatherings to private functions, we provide the perfect space, supported by modern equipment and a professional team ready to assist you. At Stay Easy, your comfort and success are our priority. Book your stay or reserve your space today. Call us at 020-739-1473 or 0244-226367. Stay Easy Apartments and Conference Center. Stay easy with us.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is several buying, a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all, her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
From the rich soils of Ghana, our farmers grow the finest ingredients. We clean, hand select, and carefully craft into bold, unforgettable flavors. And when you open our little bag of big taste, it's pure, bold, unforgettable flavor bursting in every bite. Enjoy the goodness, made with big care. This advert is FDA approved.
This July, Ghana will host global downstream energy leaders, innovators, and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GEPCON 2026, to collaborate, exchange insights, and develop strategies and groundbreaking innovations through strategic dialogues. The event, held under the auspices of the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Honorable Dr. John Abdullah Junapo, is on the theme Building a Resilient Downstream, Policy, Innovation, and Investment for Growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, is our distinguished guest of honor. Speakers for the event are Mr. Godwin Kujo Tamaglo, Esquire, Chief Executive of NPA, Dr. Patrick Ofori, Chief Executive of Seaboard, Dr. Riverson Opon, Chief Executive of Comac, alongside other key captains of industry. Join us from the 16th to the 17th of July 2026 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day at the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach, Accra. We can't wait to host you.
national security for the family. Belt I had a question in here. Some of them have Spinters in Ameda. I know nothing of them Spinters police station. So, what Ameda? Tempamucho, Moto Abani, some in a motor about my videos, Moturia, don't come home bomb better than you. Now, maybe I'm different and you want delete. Monshian platforms. National security for the family. Belt I had a question in here. Some of them have Spinters in Ameda. I know nothing of them Spinters police station. So, what Ameda? Tempamucho, Moto Abani, some in a motor about my videos, Moturia, don't come home bomb better than you. Now, maybe I'm different and you want delete. Monshian platforms.
NDC organizer that was and yes, say the part of an natural. Say, Miss so I only year one, where Nipa with the package of the man now on for the year and brought 1 month. Or what to Parampo, the same is now making a Parano Cecilia. They knew, but we also supporting family.
She was having headaches. And that sometimes she felt dizzy. And so already they had identified what the problem was. Now, if she didn't have this access, she'll just continue, she'll go to a native doctor, or she'll go to a prayer camp, and they will pray for her. And then she'll be doing her normal activities, thinking she's okay. And then one day she'll just collapse, and they will find out she's either had a stroke, or she's had a cardiovascular incident, or if untreated, one of the major causes of renal failure is hypertension, because the blood circulates through the body, and the kidney is one of the most sensitive, because the kidney is the organ that cleans toxins from the blood. And so you know, apart from a degree in Bobobo, I'm also a pocket doctor. I'm also a pocket doctor. You know, so when the blood is circulating through the body and is circulating at high pressure, one of the risks is also that it goes through the kidney. It supplies oxygen to the kidney. And the kidney has very small, fine capillaries, they call them. I think when I have 2.5 years left, I think when I retire, I should come as a lecturer to the nursing training school. And so because of the pressure destroys the capillaries. And that's the beginning of renal failure. And so once the kidneys are not able to carry out their function, you have to use an artificial machine to enable it to clean the blood. And so that's why you have to go for dialysis. There's a dialysis machine.
Charlie Farabano from Farabano. Fadiano. Hey! Fadiano Jarafun, Fadiano Jimiana. Fadiano Bago to Raban, Jimiano. Was here. Bago to Raban, Jimiano was here. Jarafun was here. One Musso went out to form. Was here, I have all Bago to Raban, Bago 2000, Jimiano was here. Charlie Farabano from Farabano. Fadiano. Hey! Fadiano Jarafun, Fadiano. Charlie Farabano from Farabano. Fadiano. Hey! Fadiano Jarafun, Fadiano Jimiana. Fadiano Bago to Raban, Jimiano. Charlie Farabano from Farabano. Fadiano. Hey! Fadiano Jarafun, Fadiano Jimiana. Fadiano Bago to Raban, Jimiano. Was here. Bago to Raban, Jimiano was here. Jarafun was here. Charlie Farabano from Farabano. Fadiano. Hey! Fadiano Jarafun, Fadiano Jimiana. Fadiano Bago to Raban, Jimiano. Was here. Baka tura bana ja Jimmy no wasia. Dara fure da wasia.
All right, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. Yes, my guests are here, and they've already started their little chit-chatting, as has always been the case when they join us in the studio before the microphones are switched on. They're good friends, so no problem. They're just extending pleasantries. That's the whole idea. All right, so I'll be telling you who they are shortly, but the video you just saw, let me put it this way. The video you just saw was about a gentleman who actually littered the street somewhere around the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, and the folks around were not happy with him at all, and they were asking him to pick up the refuse he had dumped. But at the same time, we would want to apologize for the derogatory nature of the words that were used. And we'd like to apologize for that. But for us, the import of showing this as part of a sanitation watch is for you to appreciate how alert and how conscious it looks like some of our people are becoming when it comes to sanitation issues. And you must also look at the times, the flooding that we experienced recently and its attendant effects. It looks like the citizens are beginning to rise up and fight persons who are not prepared to help us deal with our sanitation problems. So kudos to the guy who did that, but I would have wished that he could use a more refined language. Just tell them to pick it up. What you're doing is bad. These are the repercussions. It would have been better than saying, using all those derogatory words. But those of you who may have found what we played a bit offensive, we sincerely apologize. Sincerely apologize. But that's our sanitation watch for today. But once again, kudos to the Zoomlion group of companies, and they are the ones who are helping us to keep this city clean, to keep Ghana clean. They're doing that in more than 20-something countries. Yesterday there were some videos about them circulating where they were doing some wonderful things in Kenya as well. And I've said it time and again that to whom much is expected, much must be given. And so the Zoomlion group have actually shown, they've proven beyond reasonable doubt, they've demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that they're your numero uno, number one, when it comes to keeping the cities and towns, villages everywhere, the entirety of Ghana clean. So what do we need to do? Give them the job. Give them the job. They do a good job. I need to state it once again. That is not to say that they're doing an excellent or perfect job, but it's work in progress. The fact of the matter is that where we think that they are falling short or they can do better, we have a responsibility of drawing their attention, and of course, government also has a responsibility of drawing that attention. I don't know if there's a government that's going to be paying them to let them know that, look, here we can do better. But it doesn't take away the fact that they've got the expertise, they've got the capacity, they've got the logistics, they've got the human resource to deliver. And that's why they're everywhere. That's why they're everywhere. So go, Zoomlion Ghana Limited. Just, I only appeal to government is to properly engage them, properly and comprehensively engage them to keep our cities clean. So important. It's very, very necessary. Dr. Bernard Okoboy is a former, he has lots of formers. But let me give it a shot. He's former MP for Lejokuku. He's former board chair of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. He's also a former deputy health minister and also a former health minister. And what else have I left out? Perhaps when I switch this microphone or he'll remind me. But he's a medical doctor, and he's also aspiring to become a lawyer. He's studying law, and I'm told that he even he's planning on doing his PhD as well. He's credited with 3 solid, fantastic books. He's promised to give me that. If I give me one, you give the first one. He's promised to give me the second and third one. I'm almost done finishing the first. I've got lots of books that I'm reading, so I'm a bit late in finishing that book. But you give me the second and third one as well. But it's primarily about health. Extremely important, especially when it comes to non-communicable diseases, as you heard President John Dramani Mahama talk about hypertension, diabetes, etc. So he's here with us, and he is also aspiring to become the Greater Accra Regional Chair for the new Patriotic Party. I think he'll be a fantastic Greater Accra Chair of the party. So he's here with us. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Moro.
How are ya? Long time.
Remember check the police one phone koji.
Oh, how?
Oh, Benny. Kokwera no amo.
Oh, David. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
If you say so, then I'll come out now.
Oh, I know we.
Oh, for the past 3 weeks, for here indoors.
Oh, she wanna get what we are.
You know, I'm your boy. I only know.
Oh, David. Call you to go and listen system. I can't people.
The ball lily. Oh, call you a magic.
Where's you?
I chabo ball lily. Me ne lepo. Shake cheno di momo.
Oh. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I mean, good morning to all your.
Good to see you.
Your viewers and to my brother.
Yes.
No, this morning I told him he's looking very handsome. And then he reminded me that he's the incumbent. But
very.
We thank God for live this morning.
Right.
And for your viewers.
Right.
And you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
As an experienced journalist who is a guardian of the Fourth Estate. When they start jailing matters, I want you to feel sad.
Well,
so let's feel sad together.
We will talk about it. It's one of the topics that we will definitely.
In fact, when I woke up this morning, I couldn't even eat.
Yeah.
So sad.
Okay. In the last 3 months or so, we have been treating our guests to some sumptuous breakfast by the kind courtesy of AH Cafe. Now that you're telling me that you couldn't eat, maybe
until this girl is released from prison,
you eat.
I will not eat your
hunger strike.
No, I'm not.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. That's a Dr. Oko word for you. That's Dr. Oko word for you. Anyway, so also with us is a brother of mine, fantastic gentleman, he's such a gem. The people of Evoale Jura are very happy to have him as MP. He's been serving them with to the best of his ability. From the bottom of his heart, he loves them. His constituents love him back. And so he has this for his second time joining us on the show. I'm talking about the Honorable Nokwai Kofi Aku. He is the MP for Evoale Adjomoro Jura. Until he appeared a few weeks ago, we always say Evoale Jura. Apparently the thing is Evoale Adjomoro Jura. I hope I got the pronunciation correctly. Sir.
You did, Moro.
Yes.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
Yes.
You passed me.
10 over 10.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Yes.
I hope you're doing very well.
Oh yes, okay. I am, my baby.
How is the constituency? How are your people doing?
Well, the people of Evalodra are doing so well.
Okay.
Because they are having a feel and witnessing the need for continuity.
Okay.
I made mention that this is the first time we've had an incumbent MP giving me a continuous term.
Okay.
It has always been a one term since 1992.
Right.
And so the people, the chiefs, my constituency is made up of 5 paramount chiefs.
Right.
Yes, I would like Chibukusu, I would like Sai, I would like Bamiango, and they're all happy, and the unity is solid now. So they are good.
Okay.
And they are cooperating, and so far it's been good. So far it's been very good.
So far so good.
Yes, but I wish to say too, it's good to see my brother.
Yes.
He's a senior because he was in parliament before me.
Right.
Yeah, but he should understand that as much as we cherish our democracy,
right,
I've always maintained that we need to defend this democracy of ours.
Absolutely.
Because no matter how bad it is, it's better than an authoritarian type of leadership, you know. Right. But the state institutions must work. I mean, you can't set up YOCO and the OSP and other investigative bodies, and then we would be standing in their ways. I mean, I don't know what they did with those state institutions, but I mean, Moro, as much as we are political actors, we should always bear in mind that if a day comes for accountability, we must embrace it.
Right.
Because if we have nothing to hide, why would we fear? So I'm surprised he said he's even defending indiscipline. And more, one key thing we should know is that discipline is key to the survival of this democracy of ours.
Right.
So I have always said that when you are invited by these state institutions, why not? If you go and you are not guilty, definitely you have your way to come back home.
Right.
So things are well. But I believe that in order to ensure that we protect this democracy of ours, we must allow the state institutions to work. So my brother, you have nothing to fear if you have nothing to hide. But like you said, if you have nothing to hide, why would you fear? So just take it easy. And
so you are assuring him on this platform that he's safe?
Well, why not? I mean, everyone is safe.
There's no reason.
We've all been safe. You know, every arrest that has been made, it's based on issues. Okay. So it's for you to just go and then defend yourself and prove your case. Okay. That's what it is. But I'm happy to be here.
Okay. All right. So I want us to, in fact, your introductory remarks beautifully dovetails into our first topic for the day. But before then, Doc, how's your campaign going? Have you formally declared now? Because the last time in over here, you said you were still consulting.
Again, good morning to all the viewers, and good morning to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of our party, and God willing, the commander-in-chief to be January 7, 2029.
Right.
So far, I just submitted my forms yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so the intention has actually translated into visible action. Yeah.
Right.
And hopefully we'll have the vetting next week.
Okay.
It is clear the objective is to work hard as regional chairman of the party in the Greater Accra region with all party faithfuls and the general public also in Accra, so that we can win back most of the seats that were lost, and most importantly, put in the necessary momentum to change this government and bring Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So the objective is clear, and every objective must come with hard work.
Absolutely.
And we are doing that. I always maintain that the enemy in politics is not your opponent, whether within your party or outside your party. We are soldiers in politics confronting a particular enemy, which is poverty, ignorance, unemployment, and very serious lack when it comes to health care and other issues. These are the real issues. And our job is to sell out our ideas and to prove that we have what it takes to form the necessary coalition which is required to bring that desired state to Ghanaians. So, Moro, I mean, I thank you for asking. I know you are on my side.
Oh, of course, obviously.
I can vouch for that. As for Honorable's own, we'll wait and see what happens.
Yes. You never know.
Yes.
You never know. Honorable is just surprised by the
I'm not even too safe if Honorable says he's on my side. So you let me keep yours. It's an internal election. If he's on my side, he can bring issues. So you should stay on the fence and not come.
Why is it a problem? Why is it a problem for people who do not share the same political philosophy or ideology to be friends? What's wrong with that?
Well, ideally, that is not supposed to be a problem. I don't see it as a problem. But, you know, whether I like it or not, a political party is made up of different kinds of people. There are those who have extreme views, and they believe that once you are in this party, you should not be seen even smiling with the other person.
Why?
The why you asked will bring us to the lady who was jailed when we come there.
Okay.
We are not homogeneous in our behavior.
Right.
You see, when you are in society, it takes a lot of experience to know that. don't assume your set of values is what everybody has. In fact, sometimes when I see people who behave funny, I rather have sympathy or pity on them. You know why? Because the places where my values were formed, maybe they didn't get the opportunity.
That's true.
They were not in a house where someone said, don't do that. Use your right hand. Put your hands at your back. Say, I'm sorry. They didn't see that. Some did not even sit in the classroom to be tutored and told, stand up. You are wrong. Repeat. They didn't go through that.
Yes.
A human being is a wild animal. If you don't tame them through education, through cultural norms, through instructions, they are a force that cannot be guarded.
Right.
So when you meet such people, you should be careful not to kill them. You must find ways to help them as much as you can. And so when I see, the last time when I was seeing you in a picture with Sammy JV and some people, some of my people were coming at me. And I quickly reminded them, Sammy is not the enemy. The enemy in politics is unemployment. It's inadequate educational materials. But we are vehicles for dealing with the enemy. Unfortunately, the vehicles are many. Honorable is a vehicle, I'm also a vehicle. We only struggle so that the people will choose which vehicle to use. And by the way, I made a comment that it is not hard, it is not how hard you frown at your enemy that brings you power. It is real work on the ground. So some people can fight or slap their political opponents, which I don't endorse. But they can be in opposition forever. Because that's not what will bring you power. You are better off smiling or being courteous and going down there to work, to relate to the public, convince them why this government is not giving us what they promised, and offer them alternatives that bring hope. That can secure you power. But it's not throwing a jab, open jab at your opponents that will bring you that. So don't first of all be surprised that you meet people who go like, I don't want to even smile or meet him. It's a mix. And I jokingly always say that it is only in politics that even when an armed robber, a former armed robber, decides to join, you don't tell him get out. Have you seen someone being asked to leave a rally grounds before? No! You meet someone who is, forgive me, a misfit, a serious drunkard, a known criminal, and he's saying that, Moro, this time we are bringing you, will you tell him get back? So you should not be using few elements in the political party to judge the whole. You know, so, and before I conclude, let me also say it's because our politics is becoming sort of hostile in this country. We are quick to go after our opponents, either through using state power or through threatening them, or people want to show force. Unfortunately, showing force doesn't bring you a lot of returns. So, Moro, I mean, when I said you should not say he's on my side, it's because of some of these experiences. Honorable say, oh, I like Okubo, he should become the champ. The next time, you meet someone on the grounds, all his campaigns are, this guy is endorsed by only NDC members. You understand? But in saying Honorable should stay on the fence, it's on a light note.
I know.
You know, I mean, it's...
No, you said it in jest, yeah.
But my point is, I don't be surprised you have such elements. But I like Kweku Aza's write-up. He says that let's celebrate those who behave in a way that is courteous and dignified.
Yeah.
And leave out those who act funny. You know, and we'll make some progress.
I have two more questions to ask you, and then I'll pick Honorable's thoughts on this, because sometimes, you know, I find it very, very difficult to understand why we behave the way we do, especially when, but for politics, most of you attended the same schools, you're probably related somewhat, you probably attend the same church or mosque. You probably play soccer together, you probably have been friends from, you grew up in the same area. And it's almost as if once politics comes into the fray, then it means that all of a sudden you must be enemies. It's very difficult to understand how some people, and I'm happy you're saying that some people, not everybody who thinks like that. So I have just two quick questions for you. I'll ask you this question and I'll take a break so that you can chew on it whilst we take that breather. My first question to you is this, that, and let me play the devil's advocate. You talk about the common enemy being the social ills that we have, the problems that we have. And we don't want to list all of them because it's quite a bit. So that should be the enemy. But to be able to deal with that enemy, you need a vehicle. You talked about the vehicle through being the political parties. But for those political parties to be able to see power, you must work with human beings you can trust. Because it's also about strategy. It's about confidentiality and so on. So if I'm supposed to be working with you for power and the same person is also seen with somebody who or seem to be, quote, comfortable, too comfortable, as some people have said, with the adversary or the opponent or with the opposition, can the person who wants to use you, and I use here advisedly, for power or rely or depend on you for power, can the person trust that kakebotashin and there's a conversation here, you won't go and sell that information to the other person? That weakens the machinery that you intend to build to be able to win power. Sometimes that's the concern some people have. Whether that concern is well grounded or well informed is another matter. And I'm happy that you're here, because for me, I get it that some people, that is their concern. I think it's baseless, but that's their concern. The second question from me to you is that, is this affecting you in any way? If it is, you may want to use this platform to educate people, because whether we like it or not in politics, all kinds of nasty things can happen. People can go around and say all kinds of terrible things just because of power, when they deep down they know it's not true. So if indeed it's beginning to affect you in any way, let us know. If it's not affecting you, let us know. And even if you believe it can affect you, you have a platform to proactively talk about it. So, and then Honorable, I will also pick up, because you have a lot of MPP friends as well, and I don't know whether you're also being seen as a traitor or as a mole, just because you have MPP friends that sometimes you're seen in some chop batch or eating with, or visiting in their homes and so on and so forth. It's a canker that we must eschew from our politics. It's terrible. All right, please stay with us.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kids Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. It makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kids, happy smile.
Hello, people of Ghana. Looking to buy land this World Cup season? I'm here to give you 6 solid reasons why Estate Masters is your most trusted estate partner. 1. We are genuine. Here at Estate Masters, every promise is real, every transaction genuine. We don't just sell lands, we sell peace of mind. 2. We are credible. Our credibility is proven. We are who we say we are, respected, recognized, and trusted across Ghana. We sell litigation-free lands. With us, your land is litigation-free. No disputes, no worries, just security for you and your family. Free site visits. We bring you to the land at no cost. Free site visit means you see before you buy with full confidence. Your paperwork is on us. We provide free documentation, ensuring your ownership is clear and protected. And yes, Plus, you enjoy unbeatable discounts when you buy land from Estate Masters to make land ownership even sweeter. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure your genuine land with Estate Masters. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Every heart burning bright,
Abina. Edi asema, menya oden, o tianti mu, amanfo ada. O hye me boso obeto phone na mama me phone na say dada, menya oden.
Them was surprised man.
Ah, surprise ben.
Surprise.
Hey, Kofi papa. E phone o, iPhone 13. Nanya ne?
Ende, me fanko fo bi mienu. Amuko circle. Ene ba ko ne ka chena dan for hour. Ono odi ni Ghana card, e call EBA phone so a. O tua 40% pen e di ni phone man no a. Da aka no betua ne kakra. Timothy ya me drop na me so me call ho. Ana me kwanya wo phone de bre on.
Oh, Kofi papa me da say. Ami shraw.
Baby, ko go. Yes, sir.
Wo EBA phones hadie, yeton iPhones ne ho akade nyina. Ye sanso de ma wholesale. So ye dealer na so pedodo atua. Anase afi na wo hye iPhone business na sia. Brian Sieye, hwehwe ye chira kwan e wa Accra Circle Mall. Any Tiptoe Lane, modern photos in chain. American Monso, ye ni Odor Rice ene di nhwenim. Kumase ye wedum ejekuma brunsan nim. Obetumi so hu ye e wo www.ebaphones.com. EBA Phones, no hassle cry.
Ghana for the second World Cup running, the only Africans left standing.
What's getting another good one? We could take close to 200 doctors. Oh, Piasi Nampi, challenge today the jackpot day. We dare life.
He's in the area. He's
scored!
It's the Wolaki World Cup Sikapuduo promo. Every 11th June, Kosi 31st July 2026. Play and win your share of the 1 million Ghana City jackpot with a minimum stake of just 10 Ghana Cities. 20 lucky customers go win their share of the 20,000 Ghana Cities daily jackpots. Top 10 agents go chop bonus every weekend. Trying to Wolaki app, Wolaki website. Wo agent who are now dial *288#. Wolaki World Cup Sikapuduo. Kitty one tickets, yeah.
Auntie, one man no chopo. Blow beyond your mame.
Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18. Licensed and regulated by the NLA.
Play small, win big.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson. Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Femi Kalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Femi once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the action.
Maybe this Sasso spray. Mr. Femi Sasso quell.
Yeah, go to my Sasso. Come Tom Preco.
Welcome to GH Schools, your #1 training institute that offers practical-based tuition in media and a variety of skill acquisition-related areas. At GH Media School, we offer journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts, TV and film production, and multimedia production. Also, you are assured of the best beauty training with GH Cosmetology School. We offer training in massage and body therapy, makeup artistry, hair technology. Realize your dream of becoming an astute fashion designer with GH Fashion School. Here, we offer training in bridal wear, suits, ladies and men's wear, children's wear, and millinery. Do you have the interest of preparing sumptuous and tasty foods that meet local and international standards? Then, GH Catering School is the best place for you. We offer training in cookery, pastry and beverage production, events decoration, and hotel management. Be abreast with the current technological trends as you train with GH Tech Technology School. We offer computer systems, hardware and software, CCTV installation, home security, and many more. GH Schools makes available well-equipped studios and workstations to give our learners the practical and industrial standard experience during tuition. Hostel facilities are also available. Instant admission is in progress. Register now. Purchase your admission forms online on Locate us at Achimota Abofu Junction, opposite the Shell filling station. You can also contact us on 0544 622 250, 0577 622 250, 0204 622 250, and 0277 622 250. GH Schools. We say train, practice, achieve.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro. Let me just say that this show is brought to you by Metro Digital and also is proudly sponsored by AH Cafe. So call this number and thank me later. Call the number 020-772-0069. 020-772-0069. That's the call line to AH Cafe. They're just around here on the premises of the Ignite Media Group. Sumptuous meals, tasty meals. Tastes very nice, but also very affordable. So call them. Call them and they'll blow your mind, to be honest with you. You either pass through, sit there, dine in, or you can just order your food. That's fine. So I still have Dr. Okoboy. Bernard Okoboy is with us, former Minister of Health and former MP for Lejokuku. And also he is a medical doctor and an aspiring lawyer and also aspiring Greater Accra Chair for the New Patriotic Party. Yesterday he said he filed his nominations. He's waiting to be vetted and the processes would continue. And also with us is Honorable Nokoe Kofi Ako, who is an MP for the Evualwe Ajomoro Jera. He is also with us here. Now, Oko, I asked you before the break about well, two questions I asked. One had to do with whether the people or the issue or the conversation which has come up about trust when you are seen, and it's just as about you, when NDC, MPP person are seen to be so cool and fine and so on and so forth. Do you think the issue about trust should even arise in the first place?
No, I don't think so. I think results is the best thing to look out for. I mean, if you have, let's say, a regional chairman, I mean, should God be gracious and the delegates also endorse, and I'm the chairman, and I work with the party folks and those in Greater Accra to move the seats from the 5 that we have to, let's say, 21 seats that we had. If I've restored our fortunes while smiling at my political opponents, would you prefer that to me frowning at everyone but moving from, let's say, 5 seats to 2 seats? No. Which one do you prefer?
Right.
So normally the evidence is in the results.
Right.
The evidence of being loyal to your party, being hardworking to the cause, staying through to the objective of the party, working for the flag bearer. All that is in the results and not in the optics, not in the packaging. Okay, so for me, and I put in my Facebook post when I saw all the attacks for taking the picture with a fellow Ghanaian. I was like, some of us were raised to be gracious to all men. No. And I use all men in quotes, as in the Bible, as in all human beings. That's how we're raised. Okay? I was not brought from a comfortable background. I'm someone who, I've experienced and seen hunger before. Okay? So there are things that when I see, it takes me back to where I'm coming from. Okay, so I'm not the kind that would hate my opponent. I'll hit you with my ideas, with my criticism, and with my alternatives. Okay, so such people like us are also needed in the game. It's not to say that the hawks, those extreme people, should be killed. No. But there is value that comes with conduct like the one I have. You were saying that, what about our supporters?
Yeah.
There are a lot of listeners this morning who vote based on the kind of things you are able to criticize, the gaps you are able to show, and the alternatives. There are many.
Right.
There might be a very few too who are looking at how hard I'll hit at Honorable to vote. I can't reach out to all of them. But at least I know that I'll, by the grace of God, reach out to the majority, make sense to them, and get them to start looking in our direction. Right? So, I mean, there's always pros and cons. And don't be a human being who wants things to be done your way all the time. When we come to this TikToker thing, I'll talk about it.
Right.
It is dangerous to want others to behave just like you. If you don't get out of that, you will harm a lot of people. Not everybody will be like you. You know, and that is something that we should appreciate and understand.
Is this impacting on your campaign in any way?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, there are many who actually appreciate all the hard work that I put in this party. Look, sometimes we wake up, we sleep for 3-4 hours, have to get up, read our notes. So that we even come here whilst we are reading notes and doing research, so that we can effectively take on the NDC, so that people will look in our way. Some of the people criticizing us only sit by their phone sometimes to write things. So there are many who appreciate the hard work and can tell between all this propaganda, you know. And it's good to go for elections tomorrow. Certain elections makes you see the bigger picture. If I had not gone for declared my intention to run for chairman, most of the attacks that came, nobody would have looked my direction. You know, so all this, and it's part of the building process. Once I'm able to look at this and not get angry, in the future, when I'm operating at a particular place, someone can insult me and I'll smile. It's all part of the building process.
Tolerance.
Yes.
All right. This is some food for thoughts, and I hope those who are in this business of doing mischief politics, where we are pretending that we don't have friends from the other side, should stop it. It's in bad taste. It's in poor taste. Honorable, you have MP friends, don't you? Some of whom I'm sure you've supported or they supported you either today or yesterday, and I'm using this figuratively. I mean, do you have any thoughts to share about how some people interpret friendships across the political aisle or across the political divide, and to think that just because you are friends with somebody from the other side, you're a mole or you're a traitor, you cannot be trusted with information, you go and sell the information. You know, all these funny thoughts that sometimes go through people's minds. I mean, what do you make of it? And do you think that perhaps it raises a more fundamental and more broader issue which has to do with some people's understanding of what politics is all about? You know, which is that politics must divide us, must make us enemies, rather than it must rather be a contestation, or it must be a debate of ideas rather than you are my enemy and so on and so forth.
Yo, Moro, thank you very much. And I might say that the name is Noku. I think I corrected it the last time. Yes. And
thank you.
Doc, I wish you well.
Noku.
You know, thank you. That's how it is, and that is why Doc is saying that when we get a chance to be on this set, for example, it is for us to enlighten our people to understand that at the end of the day, it's not about the enmity, but it's about the product, the discussions, the debates, the decisions we make in Parliament and others that comes to light. Moro, I always maintain that the way we perceive politics to be mostly is benched on the winner takes all bit of it, you know. So it's all about every political party trying to win power to control the state of affairs and also give opportunities to their people. And I believe also that we as a country, both politicians and the people, and as a country, I think we've not done so well, because when our people in our constituencies wake up and all they see is that if you don't belong to a political party, you don't get a chance to also get some decent jobs and survival. In politics is becoming more of a survival case, which makes it very, very dangerous. And you know, so but in-house, I've always said that it is so sad when there are discussions on the table where the minority, for example, will see it to be a good policy, but because of the fear of being in opposition for long, they would not even support it. I remember at the Ismail East Assembly, there was a case where an opponent made mention that he has ideas, but he will not bring it on board until they come to power. I always make the case that if we succeed as a nation, we all benefit. And if we don't, it affects everyone. There's an adage in Nzema that, when the fish is on the table, it's good you try to put it, you try to add some form of preservations, because if you don't, it will spoil.
Yeah.
And if it does, no matter how the soup you prepare with it, it's gone. And that's what it is. But we have friends. You come to Parliament, you come to the coffee shop. You would not be able to differentiate between an MPP person and an NDC person, because we believe that it is not how close we are, but like I said, the final output, what we deliver, that matters. But the difficulty is that we've not been able to communicate to our grassroots. Like I said, politics has become more of a survival, and everybody wants to be in power, which is not good. But our democracy, as I always say, must be based on values. And that is why I bring in some of the comments that we get on social medias and others. Even before politics, Ghanaians, we've always had some traditional values. The respect for elders, that's key, and discipline. You can't just be uttering some comments to people because you feel that you don't support them, So basically that's what it is. But I think I always maintain that no matter how corrupt people are, in Parliament there are some great guys, just as in among you, the journalists and even the technocrats. There are always some good people in there, and that is the people we must bench the hope of this country on. So basically what I see is that there's a gap. Now most of the youth, what they do now, because we've not been able to churn out much of the jobs, all they do is follow social media, and every now and then people are just following what the discussion in Parliament. In other areas, if we did well as a nation, I believe you being too busy, you wouldn't even have time to even follow some of the discussions. So I think we have to send it out there that enmity is not the way to go. When it comes to the supporting of the Black Stars, Moro, you see how united we can become as a nation, and how beautiful it is when we all wear the same kit and supporting Ghana in a unified form. And that makes football so beautiful. And I always maintain that it must not remain when it comes to the World Cup, and after that, there's a divide when we come to the steering affairs of this country. So basically, more what I'm trying to say is that it's an issue, but that is not the way to go, because every now and then, we need the ideas of both parties to understand that if we get it right this time around, it will go down all the way to, even when maybe the minority or others may come to Parliament. If we get it wrong, things will be so bad that even when you come, making corrections will be a problem. So, Doc, I wish you well, but I believe that you're a gentleman, and the people of Greater Accra, even though I don't belong to your party, and I respect your view that, it will not be in the interest of you for me to say whether I wish you well or not. But, we work for the heart. I always say that it's good to work from your heart. I believe that sometimes they say that God doesn't do politics, but I believe that he also monitors who becomes the leader of his people. So once it's from your heart, I believe there will be a way out tomorrow. But let me start with this comment on the need for our people out there to understand that, yes, we are voted to lead them. But then, of course, like I said, there must be some benchmark, and the respect for rule of law is crucial. And I always maintain that, if we want our democracy to thrive, interfering the institutional bodies that we establish, it's a problem. It must not be that when you're in power, you believe in those institutions, but when you're in opposition, you see it to be witch hunting, which is not the way to go. Accountability is key. I always maintain that. Accountability is a pillar of democracy. And if we that get the opportunity to be in politics, don't carry it at the back of our minds that one day we'll be called to account, then it becomes a problem. We always commend China and others for their strict mode of accountability, which works. So that's what it is. So, like I said, democracy, the democracy that we have, we must protect it, fight for it to strive, because it is better than any form of military.
Don't worry, I know where you're coming from with this advice, and I'm sure that when we get there, you'd have more time to comment on this matter. Let me just say that, so your very good friend, Samuel Brand Boabing, Doc, someone sent a very interesting message, Samuel Brand Boabing. Now, he says that, Moro, Dr. Okoboy is spot on. The interesting thing is that those who leak information or betray the cause are often not the ones who are seen socializing with their political opponents. That's deep. I remember what the late Omani Boma said to two senior members of our party at the funeral of the late Jacob Echebilamte. One of them is among those who sponsored that shameful agenda against Dr. Okoboy. All right, Sammy, thanks for the message. We'll take a breather. When we return, we should carry on with the conversation. Okay, that's fine. All right. So gentlemen, I want us to look at this matter which some people say borders on attack on free speech, stifling of free speech, and so on. And it's about the TikToker Kamila Al-Hassan, who has been jailed by a high court for saying certain, and we all agree, very despicable and very derogatory, very shameful things about the first gentleman of this country, of this land, that's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I'm not sure if she should have been jailed. I don't know. I'm not sure she should have been jailed. I mean, custodial sentence for those words. I'm honestly not convinced that she should have been jailed. I don't know why the judge did what he did, but anyway, that's just my opinion. We'll get there. Now, the story is in today's Daily Guide and by Jibril Abdul Razak. It says Ghanaian TikToker Kamila Al-Hassan has been sentenced to 1 year imprisonment by a circuit court in Accra for making some unsubstantiated claims about President John Dramani Mahama. In the run-up to the 2024 general election, she was dragged before the court on July 10, 2026, where she pleaded guilty to the charge of offensive conduct and publication of false news. Kamila Al-Hassan, 43, was arrested on Friday, July 10, 2026, after she had claimed in a series of TikTok videos that President John Dramani Mahama has sacrificed 32 cows to win the 2024 presidential election. She made the claims in response to the recent floods and fire outbreaks that hit part of Accra, resulting in the loss of lives and property. Kamila Al-Hassan further claimed that the government's decision to distribute sanitary pads to flood victims was a ploy to cover up the alleged sacrifices undertaken by the president. Well, she also wished death on the president and his wife while making a further allegation bordering on infidelity against the president. Now, these offensive and abusive statements against the President of the Republic of Ghana are likely to provoke a breach of the peace, a court document alleged. She pleaded guilty to the charges and was remanded. So she said she's guilty. She accepted that she was guilty. And against the President of the Republic of Ghana, she pleaded to the charges and was remanded by the courts, presided over by Her Honor Emanuela Asma, who had deferred her sentencing pending a pregnancy test. Now, before her sentencing, the lawyers prayed the court to temper justice with mercy and pleaded for leniency. The court, however, noted the rapid surge in such utterances on social media and said there was a need to impose a sentence that serves a deterrent. A video of Kamila Al-Hassan being escorted to court under heavy police security surfaced online yesterday, sparking mixed reactions about the need for such security measures given the nature of the offense. Now, before her arrest, she had uploaded another video claiming that a woman identifying herself as an officer of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Ghana Police Service had contacted her and instructed her to report to the CID headquarters or risk being arrested. Now, she told her followers she was going to turn herself in voluntarily, adding that her brother would escort her to the police headquarters. Now, her sentencing comes just a little over a month after another TikToker, Mahama Amina, who allegedly threatened the life of President John Dramani Mahama and First Lady Lordina Mahama on social media, was admitted to a bail of 1 million cedis with 3 sureties. 2 of the sureties must provide documents of a landed property, while the third must be a civil servant earning not less than 5,000 cedis a month. Mahama Amina was dragged before a circuit court on 1 count of offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace and another charge of threat of death. Court documents indicate that a 26-year-old trader on May 19 used unprintable words aimed at the president and his wife with intent to provoke a breach of the peace or by which the breach of the peace is likely to be occasioned. Oko, what do you make of this?
Oro. Proud to the 2000 elections, one of the biggest things the NDC faced was trying to wrestle with the image people had of them, the perception that they were a party that is born out of a revolution, and that they are a party that tries to use force and coercion in finding or in getting their things through, and that they are intolerant and normally go at their opponents. That perception Ghanaians had was understandable, or was how do you call it? Was not out of place, because you had a military regime that transmogrified into was trying to transmogrify into a civilian government. Forgive me for this history, but in this country, history is important so that you know that things have happened here. Judges, men and women who had studied and were responsible mothers and fathers, because of noise and political comments, because a political party or body or a regime felt that somebody was corrupt, but a judge looked at the fact and said, this guy can walk free, they became targets. I'm not saying the president sanctioned, but out of all the noise, some people become encouraged to misbehave, knowing that they have backing. So a nursing mother was picked in the middle of the night. Nobody knew where she was going. When they found her, she was dead. In this country, we have a history. The NPP came to office in 2000. When the NDC wanted to come back 2008, they had to work hard at showing Ghanaians that they are a civilian government, they don't wear military uniform, they will use the rule of law, they don't punish and all that. Moro, Ghanaians believed and brought the NDC back to office. From 2000 to now, it's almost 26 years. The NPP regime took away the criminal libel law. What was the substance of the criminal libel law? It was very simple. You say something based on your speech, you can go to jail for you can be incarcerated with hard labor for your speech, what you say. No, and I want to make this profound statement. No first world country, no developed country, no country that has transformed and is impacting on their citizens jails their citizens for speaking loosely and recklessly. I repeat, no first world country, no developed country, no country that we desire to be like jails their citizens. I'm not saying punishes, because they can charge you a fine, it's a punishment. They don't jail them for speaking recklessly. Moro. And by the way, those who don't understand the connection between free speech or allowing people to talk, even if they have defects. When I say defects, they don't speak like you and me, Moro. Read the book, Why Nations Fail. The Origins of Poverty and Wealth, Why Nations Fail, by David Schwartz. It's one of the most powerful books if you want to be in public office and to change your country. And that book cited the city of Venice. That Venice, some centuries ago, was one of the richest cities in the world. Why is Venice today not like the past? The reason is very simple. Venice had leadership that coerced its citizens and intimidated them, and then they were not now able to speak their mind. That book also tells you why some leaders will not tolerate a comment which does not put them in a good light, because once you put them in a bad light, you threaten their political existence. Even if you can develop the city or the country, they are willing to quash you, suppress you, so that you die with your innovation and whatever knowledge for them to maintain their stand. So the point I'm making is that a country needs to have an atmosphere that will allow people to speak their mind. And this is the point which is important. Have the mechanism to correct them if they don't speak well. Moro, if anybody this morning on this show, Moro, insults President Mahama, what is the remedy?
That's the book you're talking about.
Yes, Why Nations Fail.
Right.
Now, this book tells you why Africa is like the way we are, and Europe and America are developed. The difference is very simple. Over there, they protect innovators, support the environment, and then they grow. That's all. Moro, if this morning, which I will never do, the way I was raised, even to speak in a way which is not correct, it can't come out of my mouth. But assuming that I insult President Mahama this morning, what is the remedy we have? Don't we have a remedy? The remedy is very simple. I can be sued through a civil action for me to come and justify my comments. Moro, there are companies and individuals who have been charged a lot of money for insulting others. Don't we have it now? I always say that being asked to appear in court to defend your comment alone is stress. Moro, you have to dress up before you go to court. You don't just walk anyhow into court. Sitting and waiting for the judge to come, you yourself psychologically you start asking yourself questions. Was it worth speaking this way? That alone is enough mental stress. Taking your plea, standing and swearing in a court, your relatives will ask you, what are you doing in the court? Then you go like, I want to speak some way. They go like, what is wrong with you? There are ways to let people know that you are on the wrong path. There is no way I would support the handcuffing of a citizen, matching him with 10 policemen, appearing before a judge, being put on a gown, like a gown being put on you, and being walked to in Sawam. For what? Speaking recklessly. Oh my God, it's sad. Moro. So this morning, I just want to remind everybody, Moro, and Dr. Martin Luther King's statement on civil liberty is the most profound this morning. He says that injustice or any treatment which is ill anywhere in the world, it is also injustice or a threat to us. We are all caught up in a network. We are families. Tomorrow I've read comments like, oh, the lady insulted President Mahama. Tomorrow, I'm not here to tell whether she insulted or not. Let's even grant it that she insulted President Mahama. Are we this morning as a country saying that we want to now have a Ghana where when someone insults the president, they go to jail for a year? Tomorrow, I don't think that's where we are working towards. As a country, do we want a public space that will insult our leaders? No way. We don't want that. Tomorrow, as a country, are we going to have citizens who will insult? Tomorrow, like Christ said when they questioned the woman for putting oil on his feet, they said the woman could have saved some poor people. You see the comment? He said the poor would always be with us, but the Son of Man is here for a while. Tomorrow, as for people who speak foolishly and recklessly, they would exist in this country and other parts of the world until Christ comes. The way to deal with them, like Kweku Azar wrote, is not to put light on their works. Focus on those who act with integrity. The way to deal with them is not to parade them in criminal courts. Is to take them through civil action. These activities that are happening now, my fear, Moro, is that one day, if by the grace of God, the NPP is in power, I might have some hawks in my party who ask us to go start watching social media and entering homes to get people arrested. I will not support that, but my fear is that those voices can drown me. Moro. And before I forget, I want to put some facts this morning, which makes me feel sad for the Ghana police. Yewunu is my uncle and father. I have so much love for him. But I beg him, they should watch some things. In every civil democratic country, when the police arrest, honorable, when the police comes to arrest you, they have to arrest you with your people being aware that they picked honorable. When they pick honorable, your relatives must know why they are picked honorable. And the last one, your relatives must know where they are taking honorable. Moro, I'm stating a fact. The police picked this lady using the state machine, which can track people, without informing his relatives or relatives that this is a charge. I'm stating facts. Your show is a very powerful show. The police should call this morning to deny the comments and facts that Okobo is giving. The police took this lady to cells when they didn't let anybody know where she was. They picked her on a Friday. The Saturday, the lawyers and relatives were combing police cells in Accra looking for her. Ghana police should stop this kind of behavior. Oh my God. We've come too far to see this kind of medieval, first 17th century behavior. Moro, these things look, this is the reason why a judge was picked in the night and some funny guy killed the judge. If you tolerate these things, you know what can happen? Some rogue guy who has not been sanctioned by John Mahama will wake up in the night, would break my door because I'm an opponent, pick me up, and when you start asking that where is Okoboy, you will not find me. So let's all come together and say that some procedures and processes, it's a no, whether it's NDC or MPP. Don't pick a Ghanaian when they don't know where they are taking the person. And guess what, Moro? This is a fundamental rule in prosecution and public, how do you call it, dealing with criminals. How can you get a suspect to accept guilt in the absence of their lawyer? This is so fundamental in law. Do you know why they don't accept that evidence in court? It could have been secured through what? Through coercion. You are the police. You picked a vulnerable lady and you go like, you did this. Did you do it or not? What can she do? You are powerful. You are the state. And then she goes like, please, I'm guilty. And then you are Ghana police. You are parading this everywhere that the ladies are guilty. Come on. Don't you have lawyers in the Ghana police? Please. It's a fake evidence. It's a sham. When you come and tell us that someone admitted guilt, where was a lawyer? Where was the lawyer? And you are proud holding this evidence. You give it to a judge to put a lady in jail for a year when you secured it through very violent and foul means. It's a shame. The police, the electoral commission, the judiciary, I always say that they are God's gift to Ghana. Moro, the stability we have in this country is not because of Honorable Omi, it's not politicians. It's the Ghana police, the electoral commission, and the judiciary. They have helped to keep this country hinged. So anytime I see something worrying with them, I get very worried. Moro, please, everywhere in the world, when the police get you, they say that you have the right to remain silent, Moro. And that anything you say can be used against you. And so for those watching, I am here to let you know that Ghana police got this lady to say, I have done wrong, when there was nobody to speak for her. It's a shame. It's a very big shame.
You mean at the time Camilla was arrested by the police?
Yeah.
She was asked whether she was guilty or innocent even before her lawyers had attended to her.
Yes.
And you know this for a fact.
Come on, I'm telling you. Are you sure? Come on, I'm telling you. I said they should come and disprove Okoboy. And you know what? Do you know why they give body cams to police officers? It's because when a police officer makes a claim about a citizen, the courts don't swallow it unless there's evidence.
Right.
And they don't swallow it because they know your objective is to jail her, whereas the law, the civil liberties is to make sure that she's treated right. Is Ghana police having a recording of their engagement with Camilla? I challenge the Ghana police. Do you know why they will not give you a recording? Look, it's alleged that even there was mistreatment, but I will not focus on that. People can allege because you did all the things you secured from her in terms of confessions in the dark.
Did her lawyer raise these issues in court?
Now let me come to the next fact.
Okay.
Lawyers for Camilla, when they showed up in court on Monday, put forward a motion to try and restate her plea that she's moving from guilty to what? Not what? Guilty.
Because she said the guilt out of duress.
That is
so.
Of course, yes.
So they want to give her another opportunity to speak.
Absolute. Absolute.
And what did she say?
When they put that before the judge, a date was given for them to take and to go through that motion. Before they would go into the motion, of course, when you go and file those things, it's not the judge you filed, it's the registry. When they appeared in court, the judge and the prosecution said that because she's admitted to the wrong, they are going ahead to write the judgment on her.
How?
That's what happened.
Oh, but that's bizarre.
Yes.
Well, sure.
Moro.
The judge didn't give the lawyer and Camilla the opportunity to restate their case.
In the first place, my point here is that the confession is invalid and void because it was made in the absence of
because of the circumstances surrounding the confession.
And I'm also putting it on authority that there was an attempt and effort to restate her plea. Well,
wow.
Let me say on this show, Okoboy speaking like this is actually speaking for those, with all due respect, my brothers and sisters who are in the NDC. Bro, do you know why?
Why?
Because some few years to come, if anybody in my party gets hold of them, Moro, you don't need to call me here. What would you do? You just play this my voice. I am going to speak and defend every Ghanaian, whether they are NDC or MPP, when I see someone using state authority to intimidate them. Moro, and I feel sad. I saw a video where people start to bring old videos of people who were arrested because of what they said. Those comments and actions by our government, even if they happen, were things that brought us in bad light and ultimately put us in opposition. And I want to conclude my submission with two things. Speaking loosely about President Mahama or any leader is not correct. But please, you cannot have a homogeneous society. There are people who, by the way they were raised, who by how they were formed, they don't talk like Moro and I. Your cure for dealing with those people is not to put handcuffs on them, send them in a jail, waste their life, and even threaten their lives. It's not the way. It's to take them through civil action. And more, the other one, Ghana Police. I have said this and I'll say it before. We must come to a place where the head of the police is not chosen by the president. I'm speaking deep. Psychologically, when a man is made by another man, he has some allegiance to that person. And this is not to you. Any IGP who has ever been appointed has some connection or some allegiance to the appointer. It's a natural phenomenon. So we have a situation where when you insult or touch the employer, the boss, appointees can get anxious and jittery. Otherwise, why would even police, I've seen a statement released by police that a lady who was on TikTok who insulted President Mahama has been successfully prosecuted. And they also want to add that they will be going to the High Court to go and follow a case of false news. Can you imagine the Ghana Police Service investing resources, sending people in a vehicle to be going to High Court, following this lady for the things she said? Wow. Where are we going as a country? Moro. Right. So, Moro, I want to conclude by saying that Honorable is here. The things that make people vote for them, they are weighty matters. Moro, as we are on the show this morning, there's a family watching us. What they are getting, teachers, the conditions is not sufficient to break even. This morning on your show, people are watching who are finding job, they are struggling. They put their hope in John Mahama and the NDC so that they will deal with these weighty matters.
Okay.
Moro, there is something called an opportunity cost. The energy with which officials of government are using IP addresses to be looking at where social media guys are, tracking them, taking them to court. If that energy is channeled into dealing with unemployment and other issues, a lot of people will be happy with the government. And I'll conclude by restating that I don't subscribe to reckless comments.
Okay.
But the way to deal with them is not to jail your citizens.
All right. Honorable.
Thank you very much,
yes.
Moro. But I'm glad that my brother, my good brother, Honorable Okoboy, acknowledged that the arrest, this kind of arrest didn't start in 2025. And I'm sure people like Captain Smart and Kwabena Bobiansa, and even Collins Dandaba Senior, are happy that he acknowledges that. But I'm so surprised that he didn't start with a straight-away condemnation of the video. My brother, have you seen the video? Have you had a chance to listen and watch what this lady said? Tomorrow, I must applaud you for that. I mean, every person that hears or watches the video must condemn it straight away. And if I had my way, I would have even beseeched the Ministry of Communication, if they could, to even take it off TikTok. I mean, I said that before democracy, before politics, the values as a Ghanaian is there, the traditional values. And that is what makes us unique. The cultural values, respect for your elders, discipline. You know? And that is it. This democracy of ours cannot thrive without discipline. So, Doc, I expected you straight away to condemn it fully, and not to be talking for the past 15 minutes. You know? It was so wrong. This is the first gentleman of the country. Let's not make it NDC MPP. No. What is wrong is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. I mean, the allegations she made. You know? Who does that? And Okoboy says that there's no country in the world that fights such indiscipline. We go to Singapore, we celebrate Singapore. We go to places like India and others. You can't do this in Singapore. You cannot do this in Singapore. Discipline is something that we must not compromise. We cannot. So I'm telling you, there are a whole lot of countries where such utterances cannot be made. Yes, Article 21A protects freedom of speech, you know, but the same constitution also protects the right and reputation of others. I mean, even if these comments were not attributed to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, even if it was attributed to me as a member of parliament, or you as a former MP, even to you, Omoro, it would have been wrong in the first place. Wrong. So let's not have discussions. I mean, let's condemn it, because I always say, I maintain that as a student of politics, we say that we must at all times protect this democracy of ours. Because I say that no matter how bad it is better than a military rule. But I just don't understand why we should even be drawing partisan politics as to whether we are for it or not in this case. Well, I say that everything that has to do with the courts of this country must be respected. I mean, Okoboy cannot tell me that he as an individual can be more smart, or let's say be able to adjudicate or separate right from wrongs than a law court of this country. We are members of parliament. We make laws for this country to run. And so when there's a ruling from the court, it must be respected. Like I said, freedom of speech is a constitutional right, but it's not limited, it's not an unlimited license to violate the law. I mean, I want to believe that where this lady is as we speak, she has come to realize that her comments were just crude and were just unprofessional and also unacceptable in all terms. And I'm sure if you should send the mics to her this time around, she will tell you that she has regretted fully. Moreover, I maintain that technology is a platform where we can build development. TikTok or social media cannot be a free space for whatever we want to do. And that is why there's a message I always want to carry that. See, the Ministry of Communication must take advantage of the WhatsApp state or the TikTok speech for us to have some content that promotes patriotism and others. When you go to China, there's a dedicated channel that tells the story of China from their struggles to where they are. And it builds patriotism in our people. Because, you know, if we leave the space, this is some of the utterances and happenings that we'll be seeing. TikTok is where 80%, 90% of our youth spend their time. So we have to take advantage of it and create a content where people can be imbibed with patriotism, because we have to first be patriotic as a country to ensure that this country moves on. Let me take the issues one by one. First of all, what I want to say is that this thing, like I said, it was by the court of jurisdiction that came with this ruling. And Okoboy, being a student of law, I believe, should have, if he has any issue, I mean, comment the court, or not to say that, not to bring partisan politics in it. You know, like I said, the respect for the rule of law. Well, if we want to develop as a nation, the respect for rule of law must be paramount. And every ruling that comes to court, if you have an issue with it, that is why there's room for appeal. I'm surprised that he's able to say that this lady, whatever the plea she went for, she might have been forced, or she might have been under duress. Okoboy, I want to challenge you on that. No. I want to challenge you on that. And I believe the police, if they are watching, will be able to come out with a statement. You know? And like I said, the respect for state institutions also must be there. Moro, as an MP, the last thing I would do is to try to compromise the work of the Ghana police. I'm not sure Doc would have been saying this 2 years ago or 4 years ago when they were in power. The Ghana police have been professional in their doings, and we must commend them and find ways to even make them do more. Because like you said, the democracy of this country is also built on a professional police force. Moro, see, equality before the law. You cannot say that because somebody maybe was not brought up properly, so the person must be allowed to speak anyhow. And more, it's becoming one too many. So I believe that at every point in time, sanctions when applied serves as a signal. You know, I always make the case of China. Why would they execute a former minister or former member of parliament? It's to serve as a caution that this is what is going to happen to you if you go this target. So basically what I'm trying to say is that she pleaded guilty. And as a result of her pleading guilty, those that, 1 year term sends a signal. Because there are other contents. People go on social media, even in our constituencies, on WhatsApp platforms. The kind of things they say, bro, it nowhere augurs well for our advancement as a country. Now, this country, when it comes to tolerance, I want to tell Okoboy that when it comes to tolerance, we've really done well as a country. You know, there's this indices, I think, which were Reporters Without Boundaries. In 2024, I think our position was somewhere 51st or so. Yes, we've made about 11 advancements forward. 11 advancements forward. And that's what we should celebrate it. What basically I want to say is that this comment from the lady should be condemned in full force. Should not be alterated because it is not the way for us to go as a country. And Kofi Akunuku, when it comes to the rule of law, a decision by the court has been made. If you have an issue, go and appeal. Okay. And that is why there is room for appeal. Why we can't sit here and try to bring in NDC, MPP. I believe in other countries, this thing wouldn't have been discussed. It must not be discussed. It must be condemned fully. Because precedents, setting bad precedent is what we must not do as a country. Right. So it sends a signal. Whether you are MPP or NDC, the comments you make today will be held against you. And I always say that, bro, social media doesn't forget. Social media never forgets. So we must condemn it. It was wrong. It was cruel and, unacceptable. That is what I should say. So, my brother, I know you to be a good man. This comment, let's not try to bring in NDC.
You know,
it was careless in all forms.
Right. You know, to be honorable, to be fair to Okoboy, he may not have directly condemned it.
Yes. But he should have. First then.
Yeah, no, please hold on. But that itself depends on semantics. Because what I heard him say was that what she did was wrong. You know, he didn't mince words about that at all. But he then goes ahead for me, and I think that's the matter in issue, is whether the sanction regime, i.e. how we intend to deal with people who make those kinds of despicable, reckless, and unacceptable comments, is to necessarily put them in jail. I think for me that's the bone of contention. For me that's the matter in issue. Now the second issue has to do with the claim that Dr. Okoboy makes about the circumstances surrounding how Camilla eventually said, I have done something wrong, I'm guilty.
Which I doubt.
If indeed, what Dr. Okoboy said, I've known Dr. Okoboy for a very long time. I really don't have any basis to doubt him, honestly, because everybody who knows his kind of politics, he would want to say things based on some research or some confirmation, And so I would want to proceed on the assumption that what he's saying is true. And I'm saying that then, honorable, becomes a very, very, very serious matter. What I find strange, though, is that I have seen videos of the lawyer for Camilla, where he was addressing the press and expressing his own reaction to the judgment or the ruling or the decision by the court. And in that interaction with the media that I saw, of course, I don't have the full benefit of the full tape, but the ones that I saw, I didn't hear the lawyer raise those issues.
Yeah, more or less,
as being a perversion of justice.
I'm here. Let me address them.
Oh, no, Joe.
Yeah, I'll address it quickly.
Okay.
Lawyers, by their training, when the judge gives a ruling, their training is that you have to measure it
in what you say.
Exactly. Now, the judge proceeded to give his judgment based on the confession made by the lady.
Yes.
And the events that application of the false news law.
Yes.
So the lawyer for the Camilla in speaking said that, the proceeding was that based on the confession, the judge was about to use that to convict her. And he pleaded for mercy. Because when you're a lawyer and the judge has told you that I'm about to convict, because as we speak, the plea is not a not guilty plea, it's a guilty plea.
Yes.
Every lawyer, once the plea that is on the table is guilty, what you seek is mitigation of the sentence. But my point is that there were efforts to change the plea. It was resisted. That's one. Number two, I said, look, I'm daring you. I know what I'm saying. Ghana police will not have the courage to come and tell you that what Okobo is saying is false. Do you know why? Because it must come with a video showing how they procured that kind of commission. They can't do it. No, I'm saying it. Me, I don't blame the police hierarchy. The constitution we have, when we started our democracy, it was to keep the state orderly. We've come far. We should now move from being orderly to transforming the society. So that we don't have a police boss who gets upset when his master. If I were the IGP, I can psychologically feel the same. When the president has done me the honor of being the head of the police, if you talk about him and it's not nice, I might frown at you. It's a psychological order. Number two, I want Honorable to get this. Look, nobody here has said that don't sanction reckless speech. We should be clear. What we are saying is that, Honorable, what they are saying that in all advanced, you can decide to mention China and the rest. In all advanced communities, they don't put people in jail for what they say, but they use other remedies. Tomorrow, Honorable keeps on mentioning discipline. With all due respect to him.
Before you comment on the matter of discipline, I'll beg you. We have to take a break now because it's actually time. I beg you. Then when I come back, you talk about
hydration break.
Yes. This one is not hydration break. This one will be money break. All right. Even the hydration break, I'm suspicious. I think it's still money break. Anyway, stay with us. This Good Morning Ghana.
Because I'm sure some more catching another because you're chilling too. Seriously. Because some are catching another because you're chilling too. I don't know that's what the number of cancer and food paying for because catching another and cashing and he's still doing it. So what I say. Ain't so no maba no mo ye no mo kire ekwana me afa. Ya be ye wie ni ewia ya san so yemu ni atenase. Because ya shaky and settle down. And that is why you should go. Yeah, in situation say why ye me so me ba be yo. Enu ntina na do ka say ye jama no nko. E no jama no kwa be when they came. Omo ye. They are still doing it. And I mean this young lady, how old is she? This girl there is not up to 30 years. She's in her early 20s. Sabi, make a children is older than her. And so I wouldn't be happy to see any of my children in there. I'm not sure the president will send a bat to say we at ourselves.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7teragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032-252. 7teragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hydradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us, and we will delight you. Visit the Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della, Abena, bra. Abena.
Oh, Abena. If it's not Abena rice, I can't eat any other. More.
Abena rice.
FDA ajejadie nkratso yatsum.
This July, Ghana will host global downstream energy leaders, innovators, and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIPCON 2026, to collaborate, exchange insights, and develop strategies and groundbreaking innovations through strategic dialogues. The event, held under the auspices of the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Honorable Dr. John Abdullah Junapo, is on the theme Building a Resilient Downstream, Policy, Innovation, and Investment for Growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, is our distinguished guest of honor. Speakers for the event are Mr. Godwin Kujo Tamaklo Esquire, Chief Executive of NPA, Dr. Patrick Ofori, Chief Executive of Seaboard, Dr. Riverson Opon, Chief Executive of Comac, alongside other key captains of industry. Join us from the 16th to the 17th of July 2026 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day at the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach, Accra. We can't wait to host.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Thank you very much for staying with us. And I've been receiving your messages. I'll read them shortly. But I'm still here with Dr. Okoboy, who is Bernard Okoboy, who is a former MP and also a former minister. He's a medical practitioner and also an aspiring lawyer, and also a Greater Accra MPP chair hopeful. He's also with us. And also Kofi Akun Nuku. He's MP for the Evaluate Jomoro Ajira constituency. Such a fantastic gentleman. He's with us this morning. All right, so, and let me just, yes, so, Oko, you were talking about discipline. That was where I had to interrupt you, yes.
The discipline that develops countries,
okay,
with all due respect, is not necessarily discipline in what you say, but discipline in obeying the laws, in enforcing the rules. All these are our flag things. We've all accepted that people misbehave. We don't have the courage to make sure they are dealt with.
Right.
You know, so discipline in that aspect. Discipline in terms of people saying what is what's the word is correct. Okay. That one, you know, the human nature, like I said, and honorable say, oh, you should condemn. Once I tell you reckless speech must be dealt with, but not in jail, it means I'm saying use other means. You know, and more, we are human beings. Sometimes the kind of capacity you need to speak well, someone doesn't have. But because it's a free society, the fellow also speaks some. In fact, even we who have gone to school, there are some brains where you meet, they can show you that you are speaking nonsense. I remember, let me say it jokingly, I was, when I started medical school in Tech some years ago, I was caught off guard by one lecturer. He asked me a question, and I was not paying attention. So I didn't understand the question. And the man said, go ahead and answer. And then I started speaking English. Roamed with the English, but spoke no sense. And the man looked at me and said, you are one of the reasons why I thank my mom for taking me to a good school.
Right.
You spoke English, but didn't speak any sense. So even the educated, there are occasions when you speak rubbish. You know, so I don't want us to, you know, and there is a temptation to cite countries like China. I don't want to go in there, but there are a lot of Chinese, when they make money, they want to stay in America. Why? Because that's where there's freedom. And remember that freedom and justice is what Kwame Nkrumah, the founding father, gave us. So nobody would say let's tolerate and encourage reckless speech. But I like what Kweku Azar wrote. He said something. He said, trying to jail someone who speaks, let's grant it, recklessly, is like trying to kill a mosquito to stop malaria.
Yeah.
It's not the killing of the mosquito that will stop the malaria cases. It is dealing with the places that breed mosquitoes. So there's been a culture in Ghana for some time now where when you say you go hard at people, you become popular in your party or in your area and get followers. So you know that, honorable, there are some people now, they are popular on TikTok because they can really go hard at some of us. And those people are getting fuel and currency and money. Kweku Azar said that let's find ways to discourage that part of behavior. In fact, both MPP and NDC, some people get appointments on our side because they have very sharp tongue. So Kweku Azar is saying that these are the things we must look at instead of, with all due respect, picking a lady. And more, women are a special group, whether I like it or not. All the things the lady went through. Forgive me if I was a little emotional. If it had been a guy, maybe I'll not be like that. But it's not easy. A mother of 3 with 10 police after her. Moro, this is when they tell you it's not easy when the state comes at you. Right. It's not easy. Yeah.
Okay. Honorable, should she have already seen some write-ups and by the likes of Franklin Kujo and Suleiman Abrahima and Manasseh Azuri, who are all pleading with the president to pardon her, and
it's like a father who decides to stab the children, and then later the friends go like, "Oh, we beg you, then you go and give back the food."
No, it cannot be the case because this is a court of jurisdiction. It's nowhere close. Bro, I believe that, like I said,
is it a good call?
Yes. Let's see how it goes. But I mean, let me also say that, you know, in all the discussions, in all we've said so far, we cannot deny the fact that freedom of expression comes with responsibility.
Right.
You know, so every Ghanaian at every point must know that the comment you are about to make when you are called to account or take responsibility, can you do that? You know, like I said, that is very crucial. And I also maintain that.
Okay. Forgive me. You know what came to mind?
Yes.
There was a senior politician who made comments when he became a minister and he was asked in parliament. Did he say all this? He said they were all what? Political talk.
The accused person, my brother, was not convicted for expressing a political opinion. She's in hot troubles for the kind of content
she okay.
Know? And that is what I'm trying to say, that we must not encourage it.
Okay.
We must in no way encourage it. And the court followed due process.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, let's be a student of law.
But you know the courts can be criticized.
Is that yes? But what I'm trying to say, they follow due process. Okay. You know, so in all,
right.
You know, I know there are others out there who've made harsher comments and others, but I think I agree with the co.
Okay.
And when he says that we get into a point where people feel that the louder you are, that's when you're recognized. Okay. And that is why I'm saying that the Ministry of Communication and others must take the opportunity to create content also on those social medias, content that are able to preach patriotism and discipline and others. We cannot leave it as a vacuum for individuals just to take control, which is so dangerous for us, because 90% of our youth spend at least 3 hours on TikTok every day. It is an opportunity for us in our effort to instill discipline, patriotism, and others. And that's what we should do.
Let me bring in our viewers. Very interesting thoughts have been expressed or have been shared on this topic, and I've gotten so many messages. Now remember that the WhatsApp line, it's 055-863-9114. So 055-863-9114. That's the WhatsApp line. Now, so Mansa Musa, you know, he's a journalist based in the UK. He's the host of a show on Voice of London. Now, this is his thoughts that he shared on this matter. He's watching us all the way from the UK, and he says that what that woman who has been jailed has done is called vile speech. Vile speech on social media is punishable anywhere on the planet, including jail term. And then he continues to say that vile publication on social media or newsprint or on mainstream video will land you in jail. It is taken very seriously indeed. We should never forget what brought about Rwanda massacres. We may say that 1 year is too draconian, but to suggest these issues be taken lightly is way out of the mark. And please stop putting pressure on the president. Anyone falls foul of the law, and same Ghanaians who advocate for fair and firm justice system go pleading for leniency. What exactly do we want? What exactly do we want? Please leave the president out of this. Thank you. That's coming from Mansa Musa. Samuel Brian Boabeng is back. Now he says that President Mahama is the most intolerant leader Ghana has had in the Fourth Republic. Beneath the facade of a seemingly innocent appearance lies a dangerous and vindictive leader who tolerates no dissent. I do not support the despicable behavior of some of these TikTokers, but the president and his government cannot wash their hands off. They enabled it, benefited from it, and are now incarcerating people over the very culture they helped create. This un-Ghanaian behavior has no place in our democracy. After the backlash over the incarceration of the poor TikToker, President Mahama may well pardon her, giving his supporters another opportunity to portray him as a compassionate leader and the best president in Ghana's history. This government is more interested in PR and optics than in addressing the immediate and collective aspirations of the citizenry. Samuel Brian Boabeng. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm. Alhaji, assalamu alaikum. He says that it is important we set the record straight. The Ghana police did not wake up one day and move in to arrest the lady. According to the lady herself, she wakes up one morning to receive a phone call from a police lady inviting her to the police headquarters, and according to her, she will not go today and she will not go tomorrow until the political party she belongs to tell her to go. Now the evidence is out there in public. She came out the second time on social media to tell the public that she has been invited again, but she wants to tell the Ghanaian or the Ghana police, that she would not come. And then she went further to say in the video that where she is now, nobody can locate her. So it was after all the attempts that the Ghana police decided to move in to pick her. Is Okoboy aware that Ms. Bell has also sued her for defamation? More, no lawyer came to the police. The first day in the court, it was only the second day that a lawyer appears. They even praised the judge for the 1 sentence that was slapped on her, 1 year sentence that was slapped on his client. Because the lady was supposed to go in for 3 years. To me, she deserves a sentence and it should have been more. Hardy from Pig Farm, he says that, good morning, brother. What is Dr. Okoboy afraid of? Doctor should know that Mr. Victor Solomon was arrested at the airport when he arrived in Ghana. We were in this country even when state agencies swapped on a church and arrested lawyer Chachu Chikata. The MPP should ask themselves whether their reactions are driven by genuine concern for justice or by political loyalty. The rule of law loses its meaning the moment we begin to demand exceptions for those within our own political, social, and our ideological circles. Patriotism is not demonstrated by shielding individuals from lawful investigations simply because they belong to our preferred political traditions. True patriotism is demonstrated by defending strong institutions, respecting constitutional processes, and allowing justice to prevail without fear, favor, or affection. And he continues to say, bring back Zoom Lion. Guy G says that the problem we have in this country is that we have allowed politics to ruin our moral, ethic, and cultural values. I don't think any one of us would be happy if the invective held on the President Akufo-Addo or President Mahama is heaped on our parents. Any of the sentences, anyway, the 1 year sentence was too harsh. It doesn't speak well of John Mahama's government. Such a flippant remark, whether attention or for political reason, needs to be ignored and not given such massive judicial attention. It creates an environment and a precedent that perpetuates fear and its attendant culture of silence. It's distasteful. Imagine that happened under Akufo-Addo. Guy G from Cantonments. Peter T from Shukura says, good morning, my name is Peter T from Shukura. In our quest to win trust and confidence in our sector development, we need to maintain some level of status quo that can establish the need of ensuring accountability and prudent economic leverage of sustainability of all administrative machineries under all successive governments. You can make it simple, Peter T. This one, I don't understand his English. And it says that injustice and the corruption that has engulfed the various sectors, especially during the tenure of the immediate past government, reference to MPP Bawumia administration must be investigated and those found guilty to be prosecuted. Alfred Kojo Trejo says, good morning, Moro, and to your cherished viewers. Now, what the woman did on TikTok was absolutely unacceptable, and we agree with that. This is not an NDC MPP affair. There is nowhere in this world where you can insult the President of the Republic and go scot-free. The law must work, no matter who you are. Alfred Kojo Trejo, Deputy National Organizer, aspirant of the NDC. Now, this one here is... okay, so Mr. Kwame Sapong of the Mr. Kwame Sapong Asedu of the CDD, Center for Democratic Development. Well, good morning. Now, were we not in the same secondary schools and universities? At those points, we're not friends. You know, well, at those points, were we not friends? Did we become enemies the minute some joined political parties? The point is, even if we were all in the same political party, it would foster groupthink and not augur well for this country. Dr. Okoboy and I, even in disagreement of certain points, have communicated in private on matters of health. He is one of the finest brains I have come across. How people will conceive that after having a full professional and political career, he won't have friends across all sectors of our society is mind-boggling. We are very special people, and I agree with you. Indeed, we are. Now, Prince Henry from Koforidia, he is aspiring to become the Eastern Regional Communications Officer of the NDC. Fantastic chap. So the MPP in power was arrogant and still arrogant in opposition. Should the MP oppose everything in this country? Being an opposition party comes with some responsibilities, and the MPP must know that it is not everything that they must oppose. Unless the MPP is afraid that tribunal will expose them because they caused this country pains by stealing our taxpayers' money when they were in power. You're already talking about tribunals. Hey, Prince. Anyway, Musa Abatwa in Asawasi says, I support holding people accountable for making threats or spreading. I support holding people accountable. Okay, Okay, for spreading defamatory falsehood against the president or any public official. Freedom of expression is important, but it does not protect threats, incitement, or false and damaging statements. We should encourage respectful public discourse and allow the law to deal with anyone who crosses those legal boundaries, while also protecting the right to legitimate criticism. Best wishes to Dr. Amobafu, aspiring National Vice Chairman of the NDC. Mystic Wonder Avuko, inside in Sawamba Dioji, says, good morning. Free speech counts as responsibility. So those of you who think that they can insult, the more hero they become, must rethink. The more you attack people verbally and physically, the more popular you become in the MPP, and this has been their modus operandi. Never again to this nepotistic nation records. My regards, Honorable Mark Tete, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman, hopeful for the NDC. I'll take the last two and then we can continue with our conversation. Now, this one is a retired citizen of this country, Mr. James Azuma. He's a retired soldier. He said Dr. Okubwa should be schooled that the initial caution statement, Miranda law, is not a plea. Pleas are only taken in court before a trial judge. I'm not sure if you were speaking the same language, big man. I don't know, but okay. Now, Abdul Kudu says that in this country, we cheered Kevin Taylor, but we jailed Camilla. Interesting country. Okay. Reverend Samuel J. Deborah is for the PNC. He said, good morning, Moro, on your panel. Moro, Dr. Okubwa is one of the young men in politics who gave me hope for a bright future for Ghana. However, he shattered my hope when he said Dr. Bamia is the only hope of human resources that Ghana has in the next 20 years. It's an expression he holds. Don't take that away from him. I mean, the way you see Bamia cannot be the same way he sees him.
Obviously.
He says, that day my confidence was shattered because adding 20 years to my years or his years before I see people like him taking up the battle was a big worry. I like Okubwa because he would never insult anyone and he speaks very nicely. Yeah. But he has allowed partisan politics to override his good sense of judgment. Most people appreciate him, and he must do well to stand up for the nation or at any given time. Moro, Ghana is not moving forward because of the disrespect of rules and regulations that restrict citizens from misbehaving. Let us all build a country that works for all citizens. Thank you, and stay blessed. Could you in trouble when you stay neutral problem, when you bash the problem? Ghana. All right, so this one, let me go to the our official WhatsApp lineup. I think there are a couple of messages there that I'd want to look at briefly before we continue with our conversation. All right, so I'll just take four. Okay, so this one here says that. Okay. It's very strange anytime an MP person is arrested, the MP mob go to protest on his behalf. Oh, okay. Okay, so, Ghana is more important than any political party. Ghana first, Nilante Okunka from UK. Now, why are these hypocrites complaining about the arrest of one of their members at the airport? Was it wrong? Okay, so I guess that these are old... Yes, these were sent. Must have been. All right, so Neil Lante says that when the police took Bongo ideas for the same crimes, did the police inform anyone? That's how both regimes have handled issues. If it's wrong on the NDC, it's equally wrong on the NPP. All right, so yes, Papa BCU says that good morning. Due to the jailing, Papa BCU, good morning. Long time. Oh boy. Santa. Good morning. Due to the jailing of Kamil Al-Hassan, going forward, there will be sanity in our politicking in terms of how majority of us communicate on air, and that can equally give some clarity of truthfulness in choosing our future leaders. On the flip side, the tribunal angle is into strengthening our judicial system and promoting justice delivery on a faster note. No wonder the MP guys fearing most of their corrupt ones will soon have a change in their sleeping zone, hence against the tribunal angle from comfort zone to sadness. Papa Bisu Spain text Accra. Mr. Kofi Nyantechi, who used to be the former Borile, Mr. Kofi Nyantakyi, yes. He's such a fine man, a fine gentleman. He says that, good morning, guys, and I'm really enjoying the show. He says, I would like to ask if Kamila Al-Hassan would have survived if she had gone to a village and insulted the chief.
Exactly. Good question.
That's a very interesting.
Yes.
That's a very, very interesting question. All right. Tunisian MP jailed 8 months for mocking President Kais Saied in social media posts. Someone just sent this to me and it says, please show this to Okoboy and ask him if this is right. Ghana is indeed blessed. Ali Ibrahim from Shukra says that Assalamu alaikum Alhaji Umar wa alaikum assalam, brother. How are you? He said it's important we condemn the type of careless utterances on social media. This will bring sanity on our social media. All right, I guess that we can move on into so totally related to this is that yesterday I saw some videos of some. I cannot independently confirm if the NPP people, but of course, judging from the commentary that those persons were making and how they were saying that when we were in power, so perhaps I can on those bases see that the NPP people and they're saying that look, if you're going to be jailing us in Ghana for the kinds of things that we said, then now we're going to stop talking in Ghana. We're going to travel abroad and go and saw the president and threaten the president from abroad.
And I see people
and I'm saying
traveling, staying out before they're able to say things.
And I'm like, well, Charlie, but why are we headed with all of this?
And you see, Omoro, something has happened today.
Yes.
When we are true to ourselves, we're able to solve our problems. This culture of people going hard and saying things that don't exist.
Nasty things about leaders.
Started by some people.
Right.
They favored some political traditions a lot. Let's be true to ourselves. There is a part when you travel.
I thought you said you were not going to travel that part.
Okay,
and that is why we decided not to go back.
Yeah.
But there was this indices I wanted to bring on board. That is, according to the Reporters Without Borders.
Okay.
And we must commend this government when it comes to tolerance.
Okay.
According to the Reporters Without Borders, Press Freedom Index, in May 2024, we were 62nd. 62nd. But as at now, May 2026, we are 39th. So it's so okay, boy. This is an international observation. See, this is an international observation. So
Kamila's mother says hi. She's watching.
Oh, but
he's not impressed with the.
She's not even happy herself because she has come to understand the content of what her daughter said, which is so condemnable.
Is Kojo Ponkroma one of the finest broadcasters we've had in this country, an MP for Fwasa Erebi, also a former information minister and a former works and housing minister, also a former deputy information minister. Is he your friend?
Yes. He's the ranking of the committee.
On what?
Yes.
On communication?
Development.
On what? On
economy and development.
Economy, yeah, that's true.
He's the ranking.
Okay.
And I'm the vice chairman.
Okay.
So he's a brother.
All right.
Yes.
So he has his own theory explaining what he believes is an attempt by the state or by the government to clamp down on free speech. He has a very interesting theory. I want you to listen and then I'll pick your thoughts on that. Let's watch Kojo Ponkroma. Yes.
Yes, so my catch say next week. Ombechi ye MP baako. Because ye kasadodo.
Oma bɔ mama ne say
Oma na say nyina ye wonam for on the other side. Ye wonam for system.
And obi anim say we ana we.
Ye de ye nim. Isi afreme. Because say ye kasadodo. Then ye aban who did this because omo person obi abekasa na mama nka o studio na make catch say aban we opese oka obia kasa bo ahye ne yam. We started with Chief Justice or the akofa MPs so team for jomo ne ade or chichireba or the aba central force so ne ade afi ordinary members of the society or chichireba because of agenda bi we chire a opese e bedru ho no na be me bia ni kromo tumi kasa into or chichireba and they say you see young lady bi okoke kan sem bia e bia se film kakra wa TikTok you see 1 year aman 1 year you see okodu court kra no ni lawyer and now lawyer Dimi Kabejina na chi say obejina ha my lord first day no oni lawyer nti ono ade amukeka no nti ase ti ene me lawyer ma ba nti yen starting foforo ni taking the plea foforo judge ni se ontie
but critics wo fie no mu tie no mu hwe na omeka say state institutions na ye na adwuma na den ye de asha NDC aban
enye state institutions bia na ye o madwuma because so far you kwa nipa ote wo no or state institution Obia ni no ye political actor ban we buy no appointee no kotena ho abra na mami tiwa ye police officer e wo ho no what say sa ma we BC we are a political actor e na ye dina kotena until say you ko yes ani ma we any state institution na ye na djuma any state institution na ye na djuma ansa na secondly e to be kra police for CID for say ansa no be ni ma bi no utietie nkomo a NDC mpanimfo AD the omo church or social media ni nkeka ona utumi directly say omo operate hwe abronye die say ye na ne lawyers hwe dia ekoso utieti nkomo a NDC mpanimfo AD openly on TV ni radio ni ade a hwana akwa ada ne say ade ne state institution adwuma obvious omo weaponize law enforcement agencies no omo use as weapon because one person omo ka obia kasabo ahye ne yam asem we maka kan say one because of agenda bia omode ba pese sa atan be so na be me bia ni
agenda be na omode ba woni ma Ghana for
obvious ya kan be 2-3 times na Ghana for na say you mama ka che mo say mo wa we free nti to be asem yetumi ka che mo direct but mo re be fi omo work towards a third term agenda for Yura John Dramani Mahama
just start to come for no atum
nti e ka obia no atum so that by the time wa omo be chichiri be wie ebeye nyankoma de on person ye ni na awie no na be me bia ni krumo kasa ye. That's what they are working towards, and that is one of the reasons for which they are silencing all dissenting voices in this republic.
But constitution emma ho kwan so betimi akosa term no
constitution no that's a constitution you want to interpret it. One interpret it. Supreme Court na interpret it. Sabre ya me no kasa omo the 3 applications across Supreme Court 3 say Supreme Court enchire mu say obetimi akota term Fantifo be say one tell one na the won blow. Enti ade no omo chechireba, and for it to get there no I will see a silence all dissenting voices in this republic. And this will be a campaign once and bonny. Yeah, come back to those days of the culture of silence where ukasa wi a unim so be dufi na undufi. Na the enti ayen still ye kasa ne say so utifi na fu se mfa wo ho a.
Honorable.
I mean, Kojo, like I said, he's a ranking member on the Committee of Economy and Development.
Okay.
And he's one of the finest, even MPs that we respect so much in Parliament. But I think he's losing it gradually.
Oh, how?
Yes, Kojo has been an objective person when it comes to even his conduct. But for him to describe what this Kamala Alassane said as something small, Bibi Kakradie, it is so unfortunate. I want to believe that if these comments were directed even at him, Kojo, he wouldn't have been saying that. If it was directed at his chief, his uncle, his father, not to talk more of the president. It's so sad. And now Kojo, through talking, I always say that, see, when you're a fine gentleman with a future, you are careful on your comments that you make, because social media doesn't forget. Kojo is telling us that he's now a pillar. He subscribes to the conduct of Abronya and the rest. I'm saddened by this comment of this interview of his. It mustn't be. Like I said, he ought to have condemned it from start and maybe mention other comments to it. But this is not a little issue. The first gentleman of the land. Oh my goodness. See, I say that this democracy of ours, we must defend it at all costs. If these comments, like I said, were directed at you, Kojo, would you have been speaking the way you are speaking? It's unfortunate. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to say more to this comment, but I think
but
sad for him.
He connects the happenings to Camilla to a certain attempt, a subtle attempt to gag free speech, because there's a third-term agenda. You don't want people to talk about the third-term agenda, and that's why you are.
You know, I wish.
You are discouraging people from talking.
No, I think that I understand them now, and I think that is why it's affecting their posturing even in Parliament. His Excellency has said that from his own mouth that he's not interested. I mean, why would it be such a fine reputation that is built?
Right.
So why would he say that? You know, so see, the institutions of state are working. I always say that we must not be in their ways,
right.
And that is why I'm surprised to see Kojo and the minority always ganging up to go to Yoko and others when state institutions must work. So it's unfortunate for him. But this is no little issue. This is no little issue.
Honorable says,
no, Okoba, you done well. More before you come in. Oko, before you come in. You've done well. See, you've not played the content of the audio, of the video, and you've done well. Because if you should, people who've not seen the video would have actually understand what we're discussing. And you've done well. And this is what we should do. We should condemn it and not even give space for it to even go out there for more people to hear it. And Oko, before you comment, condemn it before you proceed.
Do you know why in law there's a whole area of studies referred to as administrative law?
Right.
Its essence is to check the use of executive power. Do you know why? Those who establish this democracy we practice know of the dangers in it. That bodies that act on behalf of the executive, including the police and all that, can be excessive in their processes and procedures. So administrative law even allows for judicial review, where when a decision is taken by an agency, it is heard before a court. And sometimes there's certiorari, they quash your decision. So if you're a Democrat, you don't have to feel jittery when you hear another Democrat criticize a state institution. I am one of the first people to look for things for the police. I love them. But I'll be doing them disservice, and everybody disservice, if they take some actions that can injure all of us, and I keep quiet. So, Honorable, I'm not in any way trying to hamper or stop the work of any state agency. In fact, we are obligated as Democrats to look at their processes and procedures and make comment. If they want my brother to answer questions, assuming MPP is in power, why should they go to his house at 3 a.m. when the children are asleep, if they could walk to him at 8 o'clock in the morning?
You might not understand the intelligence at that point. There might be intelligence, there might be...
You know what? They say in law, don't let agencies, some agencies should not act mystical. Okay, look, I read the police state, they said, following an intelligence-led operation, they are going to catch a TikToker, and you go through an intelligence-led. Then what would you do if he's an armed robber or a gang leader? All these are jargons. All these are jargons used.
You know what happened in Rwanda, right? I mean, you know what happened in Rwanda.
Following an intense intelligence-led operation, a TikToker was arrested. What do you mean? Come on.
Don't downplay comments. Search.
Bro, in conclusion, all of us should agree that if people talk recklessly,
I like that,
and the law doesn't agree, we should deal with them. But what we are discouraging is that don't take people through criminal procedure. In fact, we are forgetting this same government is saying, why are we jailing people for stealing cassava and goat? Are you aware this government has sponsored a bill which has been passed, which now says that when you go and steal a goat, you will not go to Sawam. You will come and maybe sweep metro. If you are taking goat stealers, let me use the expression advice from in Sawam, oh Guru, why are you taking a TikToker to Sawam?
No, but you can't put it on the same scale.
Let me just read about 4 messages. Then, if there's time, of course, if Bright will grant us some small time.
We have to talk about the tribunal.
I know.
I know you're in support of it. Because of the backlog of cases. You're still not law.
Open more courts so that you can clear them, not tribunal.
Sanitation, all right. Okay, so Dr. Okoboy, so this one is from Sir Obama from Pokwase. Dr. Okoboy, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the MPP, is waiting. Couldn't have articulated the sentiments of discerning minds out there any better. Now, the level of intolerance under this government is mind-boggling. Criminalizing free speech is sending us back to the days of culture of silence. NPP folks should remain resolute and never plead guilty to any criminal charges should they be arrested for their commentary on national issues. Let the prosecution discharge that Herculean burden. The onus lies on them, not you, the accused. Never trust any judge because some of them can be very irrational, just as we witnessed yesterday. Peter Saki says that good morning, Moro, to you and Okoboy and Noku Kofi Akun, MP. I think this Camilla girl, well, she's 43, not a girl. She's Camilla woman, you know. Is just seeking fame and some money support, donations from MPP financiers. A right-thinking individual from a good home will not be behaving like this. Will not behave like this and do what she did. Pete Pokwase Ridge. That's where he's sending us the message from. And then this one it says, tell Dr. Okoboy, we no longer say gang leader, but gangalia. That's from Vanessa. Gang leader, yeah, you know, abbreviation. Anyway, so Reverend Samuel J is back from the PS. He says, I totally disagree with Kojo Nkrumah. Mahama as president will never step so low. He respects human rights and is everything that's not a very nationalistic person. To be part of a Good Morning to be part of a good morning. My brother, nationalistic and open-minded. Certainly, Kojo knows something that we don't know. But if there are offenders, then the law must take its course. Thank you. All right. So this third agenda, we'll find time and discuss it. Not today. Not today. Today we will not use just.
There's nothing like that.
If Bright grants us a few minutes, we'll look at it. But you know, we have we always spend some 5 minutes on our show every day. We are unashamedly asking and crusading and advocating that Zoom Lion be given back his contract to clean the cities. So we are not ashamed. We are happy. We think that the decision to take that contract or that business away from them has hurt us a bit, and we need to give it back to them. So, Bright, can we spend just 5 minutes? My guests want to just have a few minutes on the tribunal discussion, and then after that we'll give another 5 minutes to talk about sanitation. Before, so in a nutshell, what exactly is your issue with the tribunal? Now, just a second, if you look at the papers today, the TUC is against it.
Oh, TUC.
Yes, they're asking the government to stop it. I'm just going to read a paragraph, and then I'll take just briefly what your thoughts are. This one here, it says that. So I'm reading from the Ghanaian Publisher. So the Trades Union Congress has called on the government to withdraw the Tribunals Bill 2026 and publish the full Constitution Review Committee report, describing the current legislation approach as lacking transparency. It also argues that the proposed legislation could undermine public confidence in Ghana's justice system and contradict recommendations made by the Constitution Review Committee. Addressing a press conference in Accra on Thursday, Mr. Joshua Ansah, the Secretary General of the TUC, said the Congress Steering Committee and Executive Committee had separately deliberated on the Tribunals Bill and the ongoing constitutional review process. He said the TUC had consistently supported the government's decision to review the 1992 Constitution following the establishment of the Constitution Review Committee, chaired by Professor Kwesi Prempeh, on January 2025. They have known that although the committee submitted its final report to the government on December 20th, only a summary of the recommendations have been made public, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. So in the face of these clear recommendations both by the TUC and the Constitution Review Committee, it is baffling to us that government is attempting to activate the tribunals, and that Ghana historical experience with public tribunals justified abandoning any attempt to revive regional interest rate tribunals. So that's it. Yep. So Parliament passes Tribunals Bill 2026. So we don't have the bill yet. We're not going to talk in detail what the bill is seeking to do, but of course we have an idea what the bill is attempting to do. So, Doc, briefly, what are your issues with this bill?
We don't
why?
And we don't read history.
Why do you
Even
why
if
do you
it's
say so?
Very recent history that we don't have to read, we don't also remember.
Okay.
When we were trying to cure this Attorney General and Minister of Justice thing, where Attorney General normally will not prosecute people in his party, we went to Parliament through an act and established special prosecutor.
Yes.
Later, we realized that still we're having challenges. Now a new government comes, because that was established under us, you can see the challenges and the things that have happened in this country. And you have this government trying to repeat the same thing. You've gone to Parliament with an act to set up tribunals, which are supposed to come and do what? Prosecute cases. And the court's closed.
Backlog.
So now when you get a case, which one, if you're a citizen and something happens, how do you have your case? Where does it go? Do you choose Road A, which is going to court, or Road B, which is going to tribunal? Now, if you're a Ghanaian, the backlog cases, which one will remain with Ghana's courts and which one go to tribunal? One of the problems NDC had with our government is that Akufo-Addo was appointing judges to the Supreme Court. Even that the Constitution allowed him. But because he was a politician and you knew he was on the other side, you were jittery. Today, you are here saying that as for you, it's not even appointment. They should set up a whole system from the employment of registers to clerks to judges to the system. And what are they coming to do? They are coming to prosecute cases. And some of you are happy because your government is in power. Hey, Ghana. When courts in Ghana here today, you go to Chebi, they even have some court. There are places in Ghana when you go, there are court. If you're a judge, you have to come with umbrella if it's raining. You have money. Instead of putting the money to refurbish courts, build new ones, employ the youth to become registrars and clerks, you are following political manifesto. And Moro, who is the one advising government to be careful? Trade Union Congress. Politicians, we don't learn. No. TUC is telling you that where you are going, be careful. You say, no, I will not listen. Moro, TUC, how many members are? Good morning, TUC. Trade Union. Moro, TUC, Ghana's TUC. My brothers and sisters, comrades, their number is close to 500,000 plus. And you know the interesting thing? Traditionally, TUCs, they are normally social, they are biased towards social democratic party. So, forgive me without any insult to them, by their nature, like you are their people. But even they who are socialists, who want accountability, they are telling you that you are traveling a dangerous road, Moro. And by the way, me, I'm honest, I told you one day here that even our Council of State, which is supposed to be like a father-mother neutral, when you go and check how they enter, most of them, by the time you finish, they are on one side. So I've heard NDC say, the judges will go through Judicial Council. Have you checked how people enter Judicial Council? Some MP, Francis Osu, if I'm wrong, he should forgive me. One either Judicial Council or
it's on the GLC, Ghana Legal Council.
Ghana Legal Council. Yes. He's on.
Yes. He's a member.
Does it belong to a political party?
Yes, he does.
The Judicial Council.
Yes.
The head.
Yes.
Chief Justice is one of them.
Yes.
Is he not there?
Yes.
Was he not appointed by the president?
Yes.
When you go and check, the secretary to judiciary, who was in our government, he's gone though. A new one has come. So we are a country where we pretend to. Moro, my conclusion is that if you're a wise man, you don't look at what is happening today, you look at tomorrow. Once you're a politician, you will not retire from this job till you die. These tribunals, if they are still working,
what is there to fear?
No, you're always saying fear. If you study political history, people have been, was Mandela in jail?
What is there to fear?
Was Mandela in jail?
Of course he was.
Did he do anything wrong?
Well,
sometimes you don't go to jail because you've done wrong. It's because politics is adversarial. There are people who want to jail you when you've done wrong. That's why we must be interested in the things that are happening. It's not all the time you go to jail because you've done wrong. Sometimes someone doesn't like you.
All right, food for thought. Moro, I want Dr. Okoboy and the MPP to understand that when it comes to retooling the judiciary, the budget allocations made in the 2026 budget was 1.3 billion Ghana cedis, as compared to what you did 6.2 million to the judiciary.
How much?
So you're talking about revamping courts. We are doing it. Double allocations. Doc, you must commend us.
For allocation.
Double allocations. NTUC, me, as an individual, forget myself as a politician, I lost faith in TUC when they had a chance to give their ultimatum to the government when it came to Galamsey. Yes, Galamsey, they backed down. Leadership of TUC. No, wait. That was the best opportunity we had to solve Galamsey. And what happened?
And now we don't have
what happened? What happened? Ghanaians lost faith in the current leadership of TUC. Then, I'm surprised they find their voices now. No, they find their voices now. When they had the chance to stop it. Now, let me tell you. Moro, see, governance must not be based on assumptions. Assumptions. The way Oponkroma said. About this third term of President No, I'm saying, but you can't base it on assumptions. Tribunal, what happened yesterday is not today. It is the same NGC government that transitioned from a military rule to a democracy we are practicing. These MPP guys, they always oppose everything. Even the 1992 constitution that they are defending so hard, religiously, you fought against it. So relax.
Tribunal.
You relax. Everything that comes, you fight against it. Because everything of yours is bench on assumptions. See, I was in Parliament yesterday, and I'm so proud that this bill is passed. Moro, people are losing confidence in the judiciary system because of the slow pace of delivery. No, what I'm trying to say is that the Attorney General makes a case that there are over 3,000 plus outstanding cases. Yes. No. See, the judicial delivery must not be too slow. So it's to enhance it. Moro, justice will be delivered faster.
Okay.
And that is what creates confidence.
Okay.
That is what mops up the confidence of the people in the judicial system. Because a case that drags for 4 or 5 years, there are some cases in the court that has dragged for more than 7, 10 years. I mean, how can that be? Look, you're a student of law. So, you know what? And that is why the minority had a chance to make inputs. From day one, they made their mind that they were going to resist it. I mean, you can't resist everything, even if it's for a good cause.
Okay.
You don't do that.
All right. Except
faster delivery of justice.
Okay.
Faster delivery of justice. And also, one thing I like about it is it gives room to expertise.
Right.
Oh, my brother, you mean to say that, I mean, given a chance, because the Constitution even says, and we are not. This tribunal bill doesn't go against the...
By the CJ, the head of the tribunal, who will be their head?
My brother, it gives room. My joy is that it gives room to expertise.
Is the CJ their boss?
It gives room to expertise to come on board.
Okay. Who is their boss? Who is the head of the tribunal? Like, they come under CJ.
I'm sure it will all be contained in the bill.
Oh, of course.
The same slow master.
Oh, but you've not read the bill.
He's the boss of the slow system.
There is a body that would see to the administration and everything.
So CJ is not there.
CJ is there. Why not?
Is it?
It is. There's an oversight by the Supreme Court and the High Court. There's an oversight. There's a clear.
Or is a joint?
Oh, now you know the way. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman.
So Alfred Chayebua, he's his former Deputy Attorney General. Yes, he sent me this. I don't know whether I could call it a poem, but it's a very interesting. I'll be reading it. It says, "Good morning, guys."
He's a very good lawyer. Very calm.
Yeah, he's actually out of town. He's doing Galamsey outside. Shall we put body and soul together? Now it says, "This is my short episode on the tribunal."
Okay.
And look at how he coins this one. It says, "Try and it will be brutal," and that's tribunal. Try and it will be brutal. Tribunal. In short. Now he says that, look, they said it was for order. They said it was for speed. They said the courts were too slow. So they brought back the drum in the square. Public tribunal. 3 chairs, 1 microphone, and a crowd that learned to clap on cue. Just names called at sunrise. Just verdicts before the sun was high. Mothers held their breath. Fathers stopped coming home late. A rumor was enough to put you on the bench. A whisper was enough to send you away. They called it justice. We called it fear, wearing a uniform. Because terror doesn't always wear a gun. Sometimes it wears procedure. Sometimes it wears the good of the nation. Now the posters are up again. The same chairs, the same words. The people must see, the people must know. But the people remember. We remember the silence that followed the clapping. We remember neighbors who never came back. We remember learning that truth was safest when it stayed inside your chest. You can reintroduce a law. You cannot reintroduce trust. So let the drum beat. Tomorrow is not far from today. Alfred Chayebua, former Deputy Attorney General. All right, so let's spend the next 5 minutes talking about sanitation. We've been advocating that, well, let me put it this way. We all know the sanitation challenges that Ghana is facing. In fact, it became more prominent, when it rained and we saw the flooding and everything and its attendant effects with health and so on and so forth. As for the health matter, we're not really there yet. There hasn't been any outbreak per se, but we're hoping it doesn't happen. We saw what the president did. We saw the cleanup campaign 2 days, Friday, Saturday. We saw the role that Zoom Lion played and all of that. And we've been doing this with all our guests who come here. We are of the view that one of the reasons why the system got flooded, or we saw the kind of flooding we saw, was partly due to a poor sanitary situation. I'll start with you, Dr. Okoboy. We are advocating that Zoom Lion is brought back to do what they have expertise and capacity to do. First of all, what are your thoughts about and I want you to be very brief on this, the flooding situation, and where do you think sanitation plays in all of this? Well, and do you agree that perhaps the cancellation of Zoom Lion contract has contributed somewhat?
When it comes to the community level, the district level, people, look, laws and structures play a very key role in the outcomes you get. When I was MP, there were times I'll be driving the Chukuku, I'll see rubbish that has dropped from Abubu or something on the road. I call the assembly and go like, are you aware there's rubbish here? Sometimes they don't even have any idea. when you appoint those who manage constituencies and districts, and they are not voted for by the people, they can be sleeping when rubbish and trash is happening.
That's true.
So we are a country where we who go for elections, like the MP, is the one who will be going around to try and pacify victims because someone has refused to manage rubbish well and there's disaster. Now, if a citizen knows that he can put rubbish here and nobody can come and question why did you do it, why wouldn't he also do that? How many districts do you have the MC having in place mechanisms to check behavior, use bylaws to take you to the police, get a court to sanction you? It doesn't happen in most constituencies or districts. So once the citizen, a human being, knows that when I misbehave, and remember in psychology, the natural human being is dragged towards misbehavior. What brings them to the road is sanctions and the law. So when those who must apply the sanctions don't care what happens, there is disaster. So my first point is that Ghana, if we are serious, as soon as possible, must start voting for those who are the fathers of the communities where we live in. And once an MC knows that he's been voted for, if he doesn't go and listen to problems and work out solutions with the people, he knows after 4 years he's a goner. But what happens today? There are MCs who have not even gone to see what is happening because all he has to do is to go to the one who lobbied for him to be MC, go and sit in his house every morning. Senior, how are you, sir? How are you, sir? And he's MC for 8 years, and there's rubbish everywhere. That's the first point. President Mahama, any other president can sit at Jubilee House. There is no way you can check what is happening in Kulungulu or in Jirapa. In the corner. Is the one who is being appointed to what? Deal with them. And by the way, we forget, every MC assembly is like a mini government. They have a sanitation department. There's someone who is being paid every month. What is his job? He has studied sanitation, where you put your rubbish, how it should be collected. You have a health department. What is the job? What are people doing to protect their health? More. So we have the structure, but we've not had the courage to make sure that it works. And some of our structures, like appointing MC, is defective. Get it out as soon as possible. The second one, Zoom Lion. Why did some people raise issue? Zoom Lion has the capacity, has the technical know-how to manage waste. Moro. The only problem is that everywhere where you have one person doing everything without a little competition, sometimes the person can become complacent. So removing Zoom Lion from the picture is a big mistake. But what we have to do is not to go back and have the same old system in whole. What can we do? Every district, the state has the power to sit with Zoom Lion and go like, other companies should come and raise shares. So in Lejokuku, for example, Zoom Lion, their structure should be 60-40. Okay. You have 60% stake. But there's another company that is bringing their own 40%. Okay. This company is to make sure that there is competition. Or better still, support a few companies to also operate in some few places so that the competition would make you and I get the best of a service. But the capacity and technical know-how and the infrastructure Zoom Lion has, if you sweep him off our sanitation table, Ghana will be in trouble. Okay. The real work, Moro, is not to say remove Zoom Lion or bring Zoom Lion. How do we put in place certain ingredients that will make sure that a Zoom Lion worker, if he doesn't pull up his weight, he might be beaten off by competition from another waste company that we have encouraged as a country. Okay. So, Moro, we should look at competition. Okay. Competition helps to get the best. And I don't believe that if we introduce competition, Zoom Lion will be washed away. He has enough capacity. But a situation where the whole place is only one person, with all due respect, whether it is excellent or above average or below, we have no say. Okay. That one, with time, the person can become complacent.
Okay. Someone just whispered in my says Bastard voice. I don't know. It's not a company. These are just public spirited guardians who are doing their thing. Honorable, sanitation briefly. Before we
like I said, sanitation is a big issue. Yeah. And I like the way we always have to comment on it before we leave. Because if you don't get your sanitation and environment right, your environmental issues right, you always end up getting it wrong. because the health, it has direct impact in the health of the people.
Yes.
Because where the fly moves from the bin, nobody can be able to prescribe it. Yeah, but I must also commend this government. Look, I always commend my government because allocations has been made. Do you know that allocations?
It's not your government.
No, okay,
It's our government.
Our government. So President Mohammed's government. See, the allocations made as compared to 2024, we're talking about 3.9 billion Ghana cedis.
That's a lot.
And special allocations has been made to the district for sanitational purposes. I believe in KPIs. I mean, sitting down for Zoom Lion to come back to play his role is not a problem, but there must be KPIs in place. And Moro, people have issues with the amount that was given to Zoom Lion and i.e. the amount that the worker received. That is the biggest of issue, because we're talking about, if it's about, let's say, 800, how much is the worker taking home? So those are issues we can address. Yeah. Those are issues that I believe we can address. And it also boils down to availability of funds. Yeah. I believe that if Zoom Lion is paid on time, they would also be able to push it down. In my district, I say that Zoom Lion is still in control of the dumping, the movement of the dams, refuse dams, So the container is placed at Lower Town. When it gets full, Zoom Lion picks it up to manage it. Right. But I also support DOC where there's competition. And that is when individuals can be brought in. With regards to the management, it cannot be a one-person throughout, even though if it is. But like I said, there has to be some KPIs. Because my issue has always been not where I put my litter or not where I after sweeping my place, I put my litter, but where the rubbish finally ends.
Very important.
Is it recycled? What happens to it? Right. The management of it. And that is the biggest of the issue. And Zoom Lion, I believe, has the capability. So it doesn't spoil anything to bring Zoom Lion back to the table to look at it. At the end of the day, we want to ensure that our environment is clean.
That's all. All right. So we also want to ensure that we enjoy Sunday's match. The finals is coming up on Sunday. World Cup is what I'm talking about. So Spain is coming up against Argentina. Oko is a lover of sport. He plays good football. Yes. Yeah, he's a very good footballer. I don't know why.
I nearly even played for the Black Stars.
You nearly did?
I'm sure you would have taken us to the World Cup and even brought them there.
But I'll go to the World Cup as a referee. Oko, before.
It's up next coming up with Football Digest.
This for us is something huge.
Algo grande. Ya se me...
Maybe it's a good day to drown a few sorrows.
I am Ronaldo, Mr. Messi, now who's Mr. Messi on Tom.
Kachira wamo. Kachira wamo. Safu prusini yanko.
Mr. Messi.
Prusi safu.
Apana water. Oh, I got supporting Messi. Let Jimmy. Now who's the German yet. And then the Messi, I ain't here. What kind of a two extra? Ka! I get to that 40 ball. Qua! Qua! To tell why I tell you to fuck a tennis or boy today. I think I want a Messi.
Line it.
All right, so it's time for the World Cup Digest. And with me here is Eben Zamuzu. He's with the Ignite Sports team. Eben, good morning. How are you? Good. Yes, so it's all about the big game, Sunday.
Sure.
Okay, Spain, Argentina.
Yes, but we have the third place
first.
For tomorrow, yeah.
That's for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, what time?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay, and Sunday's game is what time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay. Okay. So tell us about, so what's the talk in town about tomorrow's game and that of Sunday?
Well, I believe that Ghanaians would want to watch the third and fourth place because of England.
Okay.
How we battle with them during the group stages. But everybody is having a mixed feeling. People are of the view that France may win. In fact, these are tournament favorites, but they failed us. And people are also cautious because they will bounce their hopes on them and they couldn't just make it to the finals. They may also disappoint us in the third place. But I believe that looking at the stats and then the kind of players that both teams have, France have a little edge over England. And for me, I believe that France may come out victorious. But it's going to be a tight game. England are going to prove to us that they're also a powerhouse. But I think France would get the needed points and then they may be the third for the FIFA 2026 World Cup.
Do you think that for a team that were pre-tournament favorites, and I'm talking about France, would have the edge and the motivation to even want to win that game? Because that's not what they wanted. They wanted the trophy itself, the ultimate trophy.
Yes, sometimes when it gets to this stage, it has to do with psyche. So I'm sure there are psychologists who always work around the players, work around the team to make sure that they were prepared for the game psychologically. I believe that they have the weight. They should be able to clinch the third place. Maybe Harry Kane will want to prove a point. You want to try and see if you can get the goal, Kane. Okay. But of course, there is also Kylian Mbappe here fighting for that same boot. So there's going to be a lot of challenge on the pitch. I would go in for France win, 2-0, 2-1 win for France.
Okay. The last time you predicted that was the name. You said France was going to beat. The last semi-final game was between France and which team? You said France was going to win that game.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they lost.
Yes, that's Spain.
Spain, yes. Anyway, so how about Sunday?
Difficult game for both sides.
Okay.
I think that Argentina has what it takes. They are mentally strong enough. They are well prepared for the tournament. They want to do a back-to-back, especially in honoring their legend, that is Lionel Messi. And the arguments still are in place. Ronaldo, Messi. I'm sure after Messi wins this, it's going to be shattered. It's going to be our dreams will be destroyed because I'm a Ronaldo fan. But unfortunately, I will have to agree if Messi wins tomorrow's Sunday's game, because going to 3 World Cup finals, winning 2, if they should win, means that yes, this is an iconic figure in our football. Ronaldo has not even won one. Yeah. So on a sad note, I'll say that I see Argentina winning. If I want to be very objective, but wholeheartedly, I don't want them to win. Okay.
Let me do this briefly, and I can bring Oko to do some 30 seconds. Now, happy, blessed birthday to Mrs. Monica Crawford of New Page Chemist, Accra, Zungo Lane. From your dearest friend, Cecilia Carlasari of Houston, Texas, and me. They wish you a fabulous birthday filled with good health and happiness. You're deeply loved. So happy birthday once again to Mrs. Monica Crawford of New Page Chemist across Zongo Lane. Is coming from your dearest friend Cecilia Carl Asari of Houston, Texas, and they wish you a fabulous birthday and they're filled with good health and happiness. You're deeply loved. And then also MNC Group, please discover them. They are #1 partner in minerals and food commodity, real estate development, general logistics, procurement, management consultants, investment advisory, export and import. They have headquarters in East Legon, but they have offices everywhere: Hong Kong, Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, in America, Italy, everywhere. So you can trust them to maximize your value in every deal that you execute. So reach them on MNC Group at mncgroupgh.com, or you can just call 0302 998 246, 0302 998 246, or 026 5505 337. MNC Group, totally reliant. Doc, what's your prediction for Sunday?
Well, I mean, I'm French. When Ghana, went out of the competition, I've loved the French because I'm biased. I mean, a team that has black players wins my heart.
Yes.
You know, World Cup is also to support your own, either your country, your tradition, your values, you know. So, I mean, I felt so sad when we lost to France lost to
Spain.
Yeah. And Messi, I'm a zero fan, you know. So Messi is good, but I've always loved Cristiano. Okay. And like my brother said, if they win back to back, it will sort of make me very humble.
Right.
And feel that, look, this guy is good. But the Spanish team is very technical and disciplined. And this Rodri guy, when Manchester City started struggling, I was happy, but I didn't know why.
Okay.
Some time ago when he got injured, so I asked one of my friends what happened, and he says on Rodri guy, and I said, who is he? You know, he's not like those flashy players, you know, but apparently the guy dictates a game so much that when he gets injured, they start scoring the whole
team. Watch him at Man City.
So now, at the World Cup, I'm now having a feel of the control. And I think if they continue like that,
they can win the cup.
They might beat Argentina, not one, maybe 2 or 3 goals.
I agree with you.
But, you know, Argentina, the issue with Argentina is that the individual brilliance is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, any team, look at the equalizer. The guy just stopped the ball with a left leg and placed it in split second.
Okay.
And, you know, so my wish is that Mbappe takes the goal key.
Okay.
So I'm supporting France against England.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
I hope your forecast is not going to the British Embassy. I'm supporting France against England.
Okay.
I want Mbappe to win the gold kick. And I'm supporting Spain against Argentina.
All right.
Because Messi team, they put me
put you off. Yeah. All right. That's it. That's a Dr. Bernard Okobo. You've been asking why he doesn't come your office. He's a very busy man. I mean, as and when he has time, he joins us. Anyway, he's former MP, former minister, and former board chair. He's also a medical practitioner, but he wants to become the Great Accra chair of the New Patriotic Party. We wish him well. You vote for him?
No, he's a disappointed footballer.
Oh, okay. Yes, he mentioned.
I vote for him.
Okay. All right. Thanks for watching Good Morning Ghana. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. No, so Juma Mubarak. Let's meet at the Mox at 12:30. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Welcome to GH Schools, your #1 trading institute that offers practical-based tuition in